Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of what is normally Mega Rich Mondays, but my week got all screwed up because of the COVID scare and being sick. The kitty's sick, so you get it. I hope you're all doing well. I don't have a lot to say. I know we're close to a hype train, so let me get to the bits messages and stuff. Artemis8192 with 300 bits says, "Hey Hannah, can't stay to watch today because after a year of dating online, my boyfriend and I are finally in the same place, and today we're going shopping for girl clothes for me because I can't wear them at home. I'm so excited. I hope you two have a lot of fun. Enjoy clothes shopping. Get something cute." Bittergrin, thanks for 13 months and 50 bits. Lily Love Stuff, thank you for 18 months, says, "Double stream, baby. Yes, this stream baby's name is going to be... going to be named... Artemis Von Trapp. I'm running out of good stream baby names. They're all going downhill from here. What's my Blu-ray.com username? I think it's just Hannah Reloaded, no space. I haven't really filled it out yet, though. I gotta add all my stuff to it, but if you want to, I think it's just Hannah Reloaded. MW1642 with 100 bits says, "Hype, thank you." Da baby. Yep, every stream baby from now on is just gonna be Da baby 1 through infinite. 91% to level 1 on the hype train. So today we're gonna be go ahead. Doing well so far. Today we're gonna go ahead and look at more dumb things rich people buy with their money. We have everything from Niccocado's apartment, a $2 million pair of shoes that are covered in diamonds, more mansion tours, comparing the smallest apartment in New York to one of the largest, if not the largest apartment in New York. And yeah, I think that's about it. Nile Niami does have a brief video I wanted to watch, the guy who has the one mansion thing. So we can take a look at that and hydrate. I have to hydrate with soda, which is not hydrating because I forgot my water downstairs. Glad you made it home, Baha. Okay, I guess let's just start out with, this is short, but it is the pitch from Nile Niami for NFTs of his mansion, or NFT, singular. I'm not exactly clear. We watched part of his pitch on the OneCoin the other day where he was trying to make a cryptocurrency out of the mansion that he built for $500 million. I'm sorry, $300 million. I think he was trying to sell it for $500 million. Yeah. So now he's getting into NFTs. Let's take a look. Dodging Flames, thanks for 5 months. Says, "Hope you're feeling a lot better, Hannah." I am. I'm doing a lot better.
I want to welcome you.
Oh, Dr. Gamble with 1,000 bits says, "Puts on top hat, monocle, and cheesy mustache, holds up tea with pinky. Oh, I do say, my old bean, I'm quite ready for this invigorating jaunt into the lavishly privileged." That's my posh voice.
To the One Bel Air. This is my house. It took 10 years to build. And I'm finally done. So NFT, get ready. Because one person in this world is going to be able to buy the digital rights.
I don't even know if he knows it. Would you say NFT, get ready? The NFT community, if you want to call crypto bros in an online MLM a community, you wouldn't just say, "Get ready, NFT."
Plus, other surprises. Follow
I want to buy the digital rights to a house that I can't step foot in.
me.
A bank owns that house. True. He did, however, declare bankruptcy, which is stopping, or at least putting a pause on the, oh god, what's it called? Not foreclosure. It was another word. It wasn't foreclosure. Dang it. Receivership. Thank you. Right now he's trying to sell it real hard, though, so he can pay back the banks and not get the house sold.
Guys, welcome to the one. We got a 1-acre backyard, baby, with this view.
No, I don't want a view of Los Angeles. What?
But you know
what makes you think I want to look out my window and see Los Angeles with my eyeballs without protection?
what else we got? Boxing with famous boxers.
You don't have that. You've literally never done that, Nile. You've said that you want to have boxing matches. You have no preliminary deals with any boxers, with any promoters, with anything to my knowledge. You just keep saying it. The world doesn't work like The Secret, Nile. You don't just speak things into existence. Here are things from your dad. Cool. What is this one? Why New York's Billionaire Row is half empty. Oh, let me guess, because they're at their other homes around the globe. Don't worry, real estate in New York is notoriously very cheap and plentiful, so it's not shitty at all that people buy property there and then leave it empty most of the year. Thrash Mio with 300 bits, thank you. We're at 92% to level 2 of the hype train, and another 100 bits from Thrash Mio.
We are going to bring musicians and actors and singers, and everybody is going to be safe from COVID because we're going to have tables 6 feet apart following protocol. But you know what it's going to do? It's going to bring energy back to the world.
No one gives a shit about your tacky house.
And we are going to give back.
Like, don't get me wrong, I give a shit about you, because you are a very interesting, delusional person that I enjoy watching on stream, because it's very funny to me. But your house is dog shit, Nile. It's a pile of dog shit you paid $300 million to build.
To the world with these events and our pay-per-view platform.
The other link, oh, there were 2 links. Sorry, I missed the other one. Whoopsie. Oh no, it's a bomb shelter worth millions of dollars. We'll definitely have to see the rich Doomsday prepper.
So I want you to check this out.
Thank you. Cute pants.
Thank you. Are we doing a kitty cam?
We probably should. The kitty is in here.
Let's say you see this, right, or this couch, or this table, or, I don't know, that piece of art, whatever that is out there, right, and you wanted to shop it, right? There's 2 things that are created, where one's the video in which you...
1 second, let me go ahead and turn on the kitty cam for everyone. It is the kitty and Baja cam.
Hello, everyone. Hello, father, and maybe brother if Broha's watching.
Thrash Mio says Billionaire's Row is pretty upsetting. Yeah. Is there a joke? I don't get it. Upsetting. I don't get it.
You could purchase.
7% to level 3.
And the other piece is once that's purchased, you can purchase the hard asset.
Upsetting. There we go, yeah.
Right? And then upon your purchase, a digital asset gets made as well, right?
I got the hard asset, but what do we...
A digital version of this, right? Just 3D digitized 360, right? And then...
Is this guy literally having NFTs explained to him in his promotional video for where he's trying to sell his house as an NFT?
Right.
My guy, if you didn't know what an NFT was before the filming of this promotional video, why do you want to sell your house as an NFT? Bittergrin with 100 bits says, I still don't understand why he thinks boxing promoters would choose his backyard over an arena they can sell out. Yeah, it makes no sense.
You've got to be a fancy-ass bitch for this video.
I wondered where that went.
I think you hit it.
Raven with 45 bits says, money, money, money. Money.
And that's on, you know, that's all up on the market square. And then that gets pushed out as an NFT and it gets traded on the blockchain.
What is the value of your NFT inherently? Like, I'm not asking how much you plan to sell it for. I'm asking, why would someone want to claim to own an NFT of your house? It's a house you can live in. An NFT, you don't do anything with. You just have it. You just say you have it. What?
Stole a kiss from the most beautiful lady in the whole world.
Well, I'm ready to rock. That is the Wings of Angels. And that is going to be a new charity that I'm starting with my ex-wife to help build schools in third world countries to help kids through art learning.
She wasn't his ex when they tried to start the charity. They just got married and divorced within 8 months because he makes good decisions. Tucker White with 45-bit says, Happy January 6th, everyone. Hope everyone remembered to leave ivermectin under the tree for Cua Claus. So what, did JFK Jr. bring everyone this year? That's a confusing joke, because you have Cua Claus and JFK Jr. bringing gifts? That's a rough draft. Bring me back a finished joke by 8:30, or you're fired, and get me pictures of Spider-Man.
What if the digital version of this house?
Whenever I reference J. Jonah Jameson, you give me a look like, you know who J. Jonah Jameson is, goddammit.
Yeah, I know. That was also an unfinished joke. That could have been better. You need to polish it more.
I'm the dictator of this stream, so I get to decide what are jokes. See, Daddy Sume says Santa Claus, but with a Q at the front. That's a joke.
Okay, but I'm the top, so maybe I'm the dictator of the stream.
Thrash Mio with 100 bits says Star Registration is the OG NFT. That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Tiger White says JFK Jr. equals Cua Claus. Gotcha.
Sells for more than the actual version.
I'm fairly certain it should. That is my master bedroom swimming pool.
Is that a pool?
That is my master bedroom swimming pool.
Daddy Sume says to you, bitch, I am also a top. I am the jokester here. Ooh woo.
Oh, fuck off, Daddy Sume.
Yeah. This is what they would get if they stayed here. This is what the view would be of the fight. Right here.
You know who else had a short marriage? Madison Cawthorn. Who's Madison Cawthorn? I feel like I'm missing the joke.
They would share this. Whoever's buying this thing, I will throw in these 2 rooms for like 5 or 6 days during every event we have, and this would be their suite, their double suite, and this.
Yeah, wasn't he the dude who was telling people to get married really, really young?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Would be their entire balcony, and they would watch every event that we have right on the grounds. Imagine that.
28% to level 3 with like 10 seconds left. I think this hype train's gonna die. Lily Love Stuff says, Alex Jones was so upset they made Joey Jonah Jameson based off of him. H. Baird says, if you want to get technical, deeds for houses are the OG NFTs. No, because with a deed to a house, I can actually say, I own this house. I'm going in this house. It's my house. I can do what I want with this house because this deed says so. An NFT of the house does not do that. It gives you no ownership rights over the house, to my understanding of what he's talking about here.
It's like the star registry. Like, you are paying for a receipt that says this star is named after you.
Yeah.
I want to do a virtual Shark Tank here on the show. From
Whoever sent me a Blu-ray.com friend request, you did get the correct one. That is me.
floor to ceiling, wall to wall, and we can have jellyfish, octopus, fishes, mermaids, swimming naked women. I don't care. Angels fully clothed for you. You know, like
You know those things? They're so big, dude. They come like you have to hook them up in your server room. So you probably want the full-on, like.
Come here, baby. Come here. Check that out.
Oh, we got the centering system here. Nice.
Oh my god, he showed this during the tour too. No one wants to see your server room. We've seen servers. It's not even a particularly pretty server. It's just a server.
This was $10 million for my audio video.
Yeah.
I got a juice bar.
That is the nicest juice bar I've ever seen.
This is my beauty salon with 3 hair wash, 3 haircut, and pedicure. Dry sauna, steam sauna, and then check this out under here. This puts water, like whatever you want, dude.
Does the house have a dark mode? I wish. Can't
do it without you. We're democratizing events, pay-per-view.
How? NFT bros love the term democratizing, and nothing about NFTs actually democratizes anything. It just lets you launder money and not be under the view of, like, the SEC and shit. It's dog shit. It is not democratized. Stop it.
Real estate in one shot.
Good lord. So that's that's his NFT pitch. Honestly, maybe the worst pitch he's done so far. I think he's getting worse as time goes on. But whatever. That's all Nile's been up to. We'll keep an eye of future stuff. Anyway, let's take a look at the one that's the headliner for this episode. And that is our favorite mukbanger, low bar, Nickocado Avocado has a mansion, or at the very least a large penthouse or something. And we're going to go ahead and take a look. He says this house cost $2.3 million.
You guys, okay, I have been waiting to tell you this for a very long time. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Yay, you guys. Okay, so can you even hear me? I have the AC blasting. Well, excuse me. Hi, this is my new house, you guys. Click the link down below to follow my Patreon for mukbangs and drama not allowed on YouTube. Link below. Do you want to know how excited I am? Do you want to know how excited I am? Wait a minute. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Jeepers creepers. I am caught corporate. I'm gonna have diarrhea. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have diarrhea.
What is this personality? I don't know. Is it like a feeder fetish thing? I think so. Yeah.
This is your fault. Don't look at me. Don't.
I'll try and skip to the actual part where he starts walking around the house.
But when you're driving that Chevy and you feel a little heavy. You guys, oh, speaking of really heavy, I used to be really heavy. I mean, I'm still kind of like a little heavy now, but
oh my god, show me the house. What are you doing? Just show me the house.
Horrible people, deplorables, because they weigh you and they forget to subtract the weight of the bones. Okay. Yeah.
It's been a while. I don't, hold on. Where are the glasses?
For what?
The bones? I think that counts.
You have to take off the weight of the bones to figure out how much. So all these people saying, oh, you're 300 pounds. Excuse me, excuse you. I'm actually only 200 something because you have to subtract the weight of the bones.
What did you join into? Hell. My job. Whatever. Lily Love Stuff says, the bones! Do I have to do the voice? Oh, god damn it. I forgot we bought a The Bones necklace and I never used it. Fuck. Hold on. Where's the actual The Bones glasses?
Je ne sais pas.
There they are. Where are my calipers?
That one I really don't know.
I found the glasses.
Are you sure it's not these glasses?
It's either. I used both. The bones! They're the bones. They're inside my body. I can feel them slipping around all the bones. They're so wet. Your
Oh
bones
my
are
God,
wet
stop.
all the time. Your bones are so wet!
Oh my god. That's the most
Okay.
horrifying
Now, we're...
thing I have heard in my entire life.
If you didn't watch my streams when I first
Okay,
started,
so when
that
you come-
probably didn't make a lot of sense. Meek with 6 months says, are his bones made of iron?
in the front door. I still think I want a was it
Some food when I'm done.
Okay, thanks. Daddy Sume with 50 bits says, I got a wet bone right here. Ooh, ooh. Ashy Boo with 50 bits says, I love You're the Bones so much it gets me rolling every time. Don't know why.
Coffee Shanda.
Pull out all my hair.
Shoshella. Cancel. Conceal. Cancel. A console.
You regret so much. Me too.
This is my living room. It's so marvelous. It is.
Okay, so it looks like Nick... Again, this is a penthouse. It's not as bad as Nile Niami's The One. It is, however, still ridiculous considering all this guy does for a living is eat 10,000 calories a day.
It is so marvelous. Oh my jeepers creepers. You can see the city lights of Las Vegas. Look at my kitchen.
Wait, Jeremy made another Brie Larson video? Jesus.
Though I hate cooking with a passion, we will be making some great mac and cheese.
Stromboli says, Baja pulls your hair plenty off stream, Hannah, you're used to it. Okay, but normally it's in more, it's in like a ponytail at that point, okay? It's not just little bits.
And some great ramen noodles with cheese. Oh, and it's gonna be great. Now, one thing about these tables here is that they're clear and you can see everything underneath. I actually did a mukbang here, and it was a little upsetting because you could see everything underneath. And people have this illusion of me. They think I'm very thin. I know.
TMI, Hannah. Funny.
I know, especially up here. So skinny. I'm so skinny.
Duggar White says, so once again, F you, Hannah, for axing the timeout button. Daddy Sume deserves one for that, and Daddy Sume says, I don't need to know about your sex life. It's inappropriate. True.
From this angle.
The degeneracy was coming from inside the stream all along. It was me. I'm the degenerate.
Well, oops. What's that? Oh, there's the chandeliers. Look at them. Kind of looks like if a clown went poof, like a buffalo exploded up there. Glitter smashed up in kubayas in their buttons. Yeah, so that's kind of what just happened. So I will be here, and I'll be typing letters. I know my home row keys. Thank you very much. I actually know them. I know my home row keys.
Doing?
A daily channel called More Nickocado. Hunting, trying to find a place where I could call home. And you guys know I love Las Vegas. Oh, and a shout out to my patrons for keeping this a secret. They've known for literally like 2 months. Thank you guys. They know. They were literally helping me do furniture selection because I hired a team to do what they call turnkey ready to like come in here and do everything. So, because I post daily, I don't have time, and I was living in Florida up in
Can you imagine being so rich that you don't even want to decorate your own house? How does that even make sense? If I had money, I would want to decorate my house personally. Why would you not want to have any say in what goes into your home? Daddy Sume says, is this supposed to be entertainment? I guess.
until like a month.
I just want to see your ugly mansion, Nick. Why are you in 90% of the frame? Just show me the house.
So chic, so modern, so amazing. And over here, what do we have here? Now these are 8-foot high doors. This is what you call a pocketed door. Watch. Ah, so chic, so hip, so modern. And this is closet number 1. Wow. Hi, do I look rich yet? Yes. Bye. There's my rich closet, and we're gonna keep it covered, like, the scene from The Grudge. Didn't they have sliding doors in the Japanese? Okay. So over here we have a mirror. So if I ever forget what I look like, I can just go, "Hey, soul sister." And this is bed number 1. I've only did the dirty once on here, so it's mostly clean. I just have to clean the sheets, but I'm a little.
I don't need to know how many times you banged on the bed, Nick.
Get out of breath doing that. Shoot.
See you, Daddy Sume. I'll be done with this soon, honestly. I thought there would be way more actually seeing the house and less him being the most obnoxious person on the planet.
Anyways, we have some lamps.
If everyone's gonna fucking leave, I'm just gonna end the video now. Because I am also annoyed by him. I'm sorry, everyone. I'll stop. Speak the Truth says, wait, what happened to the point redeeming things? Were they deleted or is it just on my end? The only one that should be gone is the time someone out. H Baird with 45 bits. Alright, we're done with the Nickocado thing. He was very annoying. Thanks for sticking with me through that. Let's watch this Doomsday Prepper shelter that's very expensive and definitely a waste of time.
In 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis was heating up, and the threat of nuclear...
This starts with the trailer for the Brendan Fraser comedy, Blast from the Past. In case you haven't seen that movie, go check it out. We stan a Brendan Fraser.
war drove the Weber family underground.
How long will we have to...
Overthought says, me during that whole Nikocado vid.
Whoa! That's interesting, but I sure don't care.
Thanks, Sonic.
Stay down here.
35 years.
35 years.
For 3 decades, they lived a fairly normal life. But their son has become a man.
What did you wish for, son?
Now the time has come.
I wish that I could meet a girl.
For Adam to step out and discover the world.
What is it?
The sky! I have never in my life seen anything like it before. Oh, my lucky stars! A Negro.
Say what?
Guys, welcome back to another episode.
Why did they end? That was in the trailer? Oh, God. EO80 says, you might have done it already, but have you thought about covering fake gurus? I've done some of the fake martial artist people. Yeah, that might be fun.
Of Atlas Survival Shelter. Did you know that only 2 miles off the Las Vegas Strip is the real Blast from the Past bunker, built by one of the principal owners of Avon Cosmetics in the early 70s? Well, guys, I'm going to give you a detailed tour of this bunker. It is freaking unreal. And guess
Oh my God, why? The tackiest way to survive the apocalypse. I'd rather become a mutant and grow a 3rd tit than live in this house.
Guess what? Maybe one day it's going to be a nightclub in Las Vegas because the owner's trying to sell it for that. So sit back and enjoy this video. It's totally worth watching. So who would ever guess that that house right there has one of the largest private bunkers in the United
Why not 4 tits? That's fair. I should keep it even.
States underneath it. So
Plus, it'll be much more accessible for Goro, so.
I am right off Flamingo Boulevard here in Las Vegas at a non-conspicuous, regular Mediterranean-style house, and here's the owner of the bunker. How you doing? So tell us about this bunker. When was it built? Who built it?
It was built.
Daddy Sume says, become a proper furry, have 8 tits. I'm good. Tube Man with 50 bits says, remember when the American government was so high off their own supply, they decided to not build civilian bomb shelters as a dick measuring contest with the USSR? God bless America.
Built in the mid-70s. It was completed in 1978 by a couple, Mary and Jerry Henderson, who were principals in the Avon Cosmetics Company. So he was really, really very well off. He owned his own 707 jetliner. He had
I'm really glad that that multi-level marketing thing that definitely is distinguishable, legally speaking, from a pyramid scheme. I'm glad that that could take money from honest people just trying to do their best who got scammed into an MLM and used it to build a useless bomb shelter.
a pilot's license. He flew the plane all.
Do you know how many MLMs my mom was involved in? She probably still is, but I haven't talked to her in a long time. She was in Mary Kay makeup for years, like consistently. She did a candle one. She tried to do the, what's the sex toy MLM? Whatever that one is. Was she ever in Cutco? No. She tried to get it, Pure Romance, that's what it is. She tried to get into LuLaRoe. Yeah, I don't know. She's makes really bad life decisions. Up to and including staying with my father, who's an abusive alcoholic for forever.
3 tits, that's awesome.
Wonderful. Cover 3.
3 tits, that's awesome.
Over the world, he decided to build his whole house underground, and he did.
Has she ever lost big money on MLMs? Probably. I wasn't familiar with her finances, but she always had closets full of the merchandise that she would just give away to people because she couldn't sell it.
So this place, as part of that development, and he and his wife.
And she pretty much always had maxed out credit cards, so.
Wife moved in here in '78 when it was completed and lived here. This was their primary residence. Yeah.
So the obvious things, I see that air vent right there.
Right.
How many of these air vents are?
There's one more in the backyard.
Okay, so there's what? Is this the air in or the air out vent?
What's the point of a bomb shelter if you need air things that penetrate the surface like this? If a nuclear bomb or something dropped, you're not gonna have these things. You're not gonna get clean air in and get the old air out. What's the point? Tucker White says, pretend for a moment that I don't know what an MLM is. Now, would you explain it to me like I'm a drooling dumb fuck, which I am? Sure. An MLM is a multi-level marketing scheme. It has a structure similar to that of a triangle or a pyramid, I suppose, where you have people at the top, the owners, who then sell to someone. That person is then responsible for recruiting more people who recruit more people who recruit more people to sell this product to more people to recruit to sell the same product. The people at the bottom pay the people above them, and everyone gets a cut of the people below them. Basically, it's a way to funnel money from rubes at the bottom of the pyramid to people at the top. It's a scam, in my opinion. Legally distinct. Law, lawyers, does that protect me? Don't get involved in MLMs. Go watch the Illuminati's videos on YouTube. She also does streams on Twitch. She goes over MLMs all the time. She's great. Yo80 says, Hannah, you're not thinking like a millionaire. His bunker obviously has a bunker, so he can bunker in his bunker. Makes sense.
Just a ventilation vent. The air in and out is over here. So the bunker itself, it was built as a fallout shelter, so there's 3 to 5 feet of dirt.
Okay, so it's just a fallout shelter.
It's a fallout shelter. It's not a bomb shelter. In other words, if you put a big bomb.
Okay, so they're at least aware that you would die if there was a bomb directly near them. Cool. Two-Man says, that's why I put all my money into NFTs and crypto. Oh, that's a much better decision.
Bomb right here. It would
Yeah,
cave in
yeah.
there.
Is that a fake tree?
You're right. It is a fake tree.
Check that out.
The fake tree is actually the chimney for the fireplace. So right beneath here is the living room for the underground house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How cool is that? And that's been here since he was here?
Yeah, I mean, this is original.
That's original.
That's original, yeah.
That is
Like
cool as
Maxwell
can
Lake.
be.
Those are the fake
It's not a
rocks.
pyramid scheme. Draws
Those
pyramid.
fake rocks.
All these are fake rocks? Yeah. So is this...
Holy shit! It takes 4 AC units to cool it down? Why? That's so... Oh my god. Just get rid of the thing. Zarek Shadow with 50 bits says, a bunch of kids in my high school, private Christian school, got into MLMs. Specifically the knife company, Cutco. They tried to get me in on it, but my parents steered me clear from it. Though my mom was nice enough to let one of my classmates' friends pitch to her, she still didn't buy anything. Yeah, my ex got into Cutco for a brief period of time when she was looking for a job. She was like answering... Oh, this is gonna screw up my hair. She was answering a newspaper ad or an online ad for like hiring now or whatever, and she went and it turned out to be a Cutco
air conditioning
thing.
for the bunker?
Yes, it is. There are 8 air conditioners that...
I'm glad her and I aren't together anymore.
cool underground space.
Does it...
Oh, fun fact. Okay, so this is maybe a bit TMI, but I do find this to be a little funny. So, my ex, who we broke up shortly after I came out as trans, and I later found out there was perhaps some infidelity on her part anyway, but she broke up with me, and immediately started dating someone else who she was already kind of seeing. And Baja and I got together shortly after that. I was very lucky in that Baja reached out to me and we got to know each other. And of course, now Baja and I are engaged and very much in love, and I'm very excited to spend the rest of my life with Baja. Meanwhile, my ex, the person she ended up with, they broke up. She's single. So she spent her last birthday and Christmas single, and, you know, I'm engaged. So what are you gonna do? Ariel626, thanks for 5 months. Zarek Shadow says, Cutco reminds me of this.
That is not the Pope. It's Monsignor Martinez.
I can't play this whole thing. It's too much of a clip. Too big of a clip.
Actually need it?
It does in the summer. If you were here in the summer and you turned off the AC, it might get up to be 85 degrees.
Is that the ex you never farted in front of? Yes. And she never farted in front of me.
Really?
Fahrenheit in the underground space without AC. Way
I
over
see a
there.
little tunnel over there. Looks like a bear cave.
That is the other emergency exit.
Okay.
Catty corner from the one behind you. So that's how big the underground space is. It goes all the way from that pine tree over there to that little funky looking building there.
Let's see the bunker now.
All right, come on in.
This is cool. So it's like walking into an everyday house.
Except when you go through the front door, there's not a living room. There's this hallway here.
I gotta take this off. This is hurting. How do I get this off? It's a clip of some sort. There we go.
What you're standing in right now is actually part of the original construction of the underground house. When it was built in 1978, there was no above-ground building.
Okay, so the elevator, okay, you could have a little party in here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And back in the day, the original owner and builder, he would have...
Seems like an elevator for any sort of shelter underground is a bad idea. I understand the idea of making it accessible for people who couldn't go downstairs, but, like, also, if there was a nuclear attack of some sort and you needed a fallout shelter, I hope you have a generator on the property, because if the power goes out in the area and you're trying to get down there to escape the fallout, assuming you're not within the blast radius, you need power for an elevator to work. Yo80 says an elevator. Yeah, right? Tucker White says, at least this bomb shelter is ADA compliant. True.
Parties down here.
Hello, Ultrabryn.
Look at that. There's a little moving thing on the wall.
We're going down, and that mural is painted on the wall behind the elevator.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
And of course, you'll see what they're implying when you get to the bottom as to where we're going. Okay.
Uh-huh. Welcome to Texas Hideaway.
Tex is one of the owners in the we're entering the danger zone now. You see that? Yeah.
This is cool.
Almost there.
So realistically, we're about, what, 15, 16 feet underground?
Well, your feet are 26 feet below the surface.
Blackwing Hecate says, Hannah, my laptop died. Hannah, make me feel better. What do you call... I don't know jokes.
Oh, wow.
Plus or minus a few feet. Or here's the bottom. So you see what they're doing. 200 feet down. What are they digging?
Okay. All right, we're here.
Oh, God. Just as, like, a weird basement at this point, it's interesting, but the fact that rich people genuinely thought this was something that they were going to live in the event of some sort of nuclear fallout is depressing. It's so depressing. Eowyn says, also, if it's a high-altitude nuclear explosion, it'll ruin all your electronics, generator or not. Yeah, because of the EMP. Nick says, I don't know. What do you call an I don't know jokes?
Cool. Wow, this is really...
Oh, God, it looks like they shot the Brady Bunch down here. Too much AstroTurf.
A blast from the past. I mean, just the house and the architecture reminds me of the 1970s.
Well, this is a time capsule of the 1970s. I know the 1970s because I was in high school in the 1970s, so this is all
old.
Eerily.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean to any people in chat who are also in high school in the 70s.
Familiar to me.
Crazy cool. Wow.
Yeah.
So show us around.
All right, so you come into the elevator.
Or the stairs. So you do have a staircase.
There are stairs if you don't
Okay.
want to. If you get tired of watching that mural, you just come down the stairs.
I gotcha.
Okay. So you're walking into the front door of a ranch-style home.
I think he said they shot Blast from the Past there. I think the one from Blast from the Past was just based off of this. I would imagine they shot that on a set, you know, like a movie. I don't think they shot it in this guy's basement. How would they get all the filming equipment down there in the one, like, elevator that fits 2 people? No, they probably took photos of this, modeled the set on this.
That's what this is.
This is crazy.
It also looks different. I've seen Blast from the Past enough that this looks different than Blast from the Past.
Crazy. Wow. So you even got front doors.
That's right.
Wow. Hey, you know what? I know these door handles. They're still around.
Yeah. So what the builders did is they took a 5,100 square foot ranch style home, plus a little guest house, plus the stuff in the yard around it, and they put it in a box and sunk that into the ground.
Why? Why did they waste so much money on this? Hats off. Okay, I'll find something. Tiger White says, wait, I thought this was a bunker, not a Bass Pro Shop. Lily Love Stuff says, honestly, I like it. This is my kind of tacky. My house was built in the 70s, so this style makes me nostalgic for growing up since I lived with my grandparents. I get what you're saying. It definitely looks like a boomer basement with the bars and, like, the stone on the walls. I get it. I had uncles and grandparents that decorated like this. Hydrate. But that doesn't make it less tacky, in my opinion. It just makes it tacky in a way that you're familiar with. Since we're looking at mansions and stuff, I don't know. How about the construction hat?
And that's what this place is. So it's not your standard bunker type thing where you see concrete walls.
This is an actual
everywhere.
rated OSHA
So.
construction hat, by the way, so if someone came in here and tried to hit me on the head with a bat, it would hurt, but I'd be less dead, so that's good.
All up.
So how...
This place looks like it would reek like stale cigarettes. Yeah. Ashy Boo says, this secret house and environment below normal house seems like a really cool thing for a fantasy house or story idea or Minecraft building, but in reality, very tacky. Agreed.
How many square feet is the bunker?
The bunker itself, the entire underground space, is 15,000 square feet.
And the house
And
is?
of that, the house is 5,100.
Wow. This is crazy. I mean, it feels just like a house.
It is just a house, basically.
It's great. Hey, you even got a casino down here.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet this bunker is full of asbestos? Hey, it's very non-flammable now, okay? If you get mesothelioma, then your lungs need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
Well, this is Vegas. Come on, you gotta
Yeah.
gambling at some point.
So now you were mentioning that y'all actually have this on the market for sale, and this could technically end up being a private club in Las Vegas.
Absolutely, yeah.
You might even open it to just being tours.
Absolutely, yeah.
Nah, how much are you gonna charge people to come see your tacky basement? 2 people at a time, because that seems to be the capacity of the elevator. Honestly, 1 person at a time, because you gotta go down, so... H-Bird says, I wonder how many key parties they were expecting to have during the apocalypse. Lily Love Stuff says, oh, I get why you call it tacky, but I love tacky. I hate the soulless, sleek style that is popular now. Give me tacky, please. You can be homey and not look like this, though. I don't think you need it to be minimalistic and cold for it to not look like someone who was born before the Civil Rights Act designed it.
A private bottle club at night for wild people, you said, maybe?
People that have parties. Or
parties, yeah, wild parties is what you were telling me.
Yeah.
So you got a pool room.
Right.
Wow, this is just Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, it already feels like we're in a club that's just nobody's in it right now.
That's right, yeah. It's after hours.
You got a bartender, so you got your bartender right here.
Bar here, yeah, right.
You could technically get a gambling license, I guess.
That's right, you could, yeah. And
we
could put a...
This is just like a weirder, smaller version of the Nile Niami situation. Why do people with tacky real estate want to monetize it? No one wants to see a boxing match at your giant Beverly Hills mansion or your Bel Air mansion. No one wants to come play blackjack in your basement. Stop it. Just enjoy the things you have. Why do you need to monetize it? Hornder, thank you for Prime. Subscribing with Prime.
A couple slot machines down here. You could put a...
Slot machines are such an old people thing to have in your basement. You guys notice that? You ever have like a semi-wealthy relative? They don't even have to be wealthy, but they're usually a boomer, and you go in their basement, and the two boomer accessories you have in your basement are a billiard table, which in fairness, I like a billiard table. I'd put a billiard table in a basement if I had a finished basement, but the other one is a slot machine? Who buys a slot machine so you can sit there and do this and win your own money? What the fuck? At least get like a Pac-Man arcade cabinet or something. What are you doing?
Craps table or roulette.
Slot machines are pretty fun. I'll just build you a Skinner box and you can give me money. Honestly, if that's what you're into. I'll put as many flashing lights on it as you want. Blackwing Hecate says, there's no skill to it. Get like pinball machines. Yeah, something. Asmodine, thank you for 3 months.
Wheel down here.
Wow.
You got the right...
Got
size.
plenty of places for people to sit around and mingle.
So the fireplace is actually a real working fireplace.
Is it?
You could have a wood fire in there, or you could bring gas in and have, you know, ceramic logs if you don't want to deal with wood and ashes.
And you showed me the fireplace is up through the tree.
Yeah, the chimney goes up through the...
So is that where the tree's right there?
Yeah, it's right above the fireplace.
Wow.
That's where that tree is.
And you have a full kitchen in here?
Yeah.
Pink and white?
Well, the original owner...
Oh god, look at how ugly it is too! The wallpaper! Oh no. Tiger White says, well duh, Hannah, how else are you gonna bribe the Mad Max gang if you don't have that Raid Shadow Legends simoleons? True.
She loved pink. That was...
By the way, this video is not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Play a real video game that doesn't ask you for money every 5 seconds.
So, Mary and Jerry Henderson. And the town of Henderson, that's a different Henderson that town's named after. But they're the ones that built this place.
And they own what cosmetic company?
Avon.
Avon? Well, we all know Avon.
They didn't own the whole thing. It was owned by many shareholders, but they were principal shareholders.
Wow. Well, that explains all the money they spent in here. This place is, and this is the original colors, the original, everything is such mint condition too.
It's original, that's right.
It's just ready to go on the commercial market, become some kind of destination, like, you know, like going to Pawn Stars.
That's right.
Again, the obsession. It can't just be, look at this interesting thing I have and have preserved. Because at the end of the day, this guy didn't build this, right? He bought this house. It is what it is. It exists. So saving it and preserving it as sort of an interesting, like, slice of history, look at this weird thing someone built, I don't mind that. I get it. It's already there. I'm not asking people to tear it down, you know? If it's already there, preserve it. I honestly feel the same about the Nile Niami house. Keep it. Do something with it. But this obsession with monetizing these gaudy, weird things is so strange to me. Dr. White says, of course not, Hannah. That'd be silly. This video is sponsored by Manscaped. Yeah, I'll talk about ball shaving or whatever people say during Manscaped ads.
Vegas and see the...
Lily Love Stuff says, unironically, I fucking love that kitchen. I'm genuinely jealous of this kitchen. Interesting. I disagree, but I respect your view and your, taste.
Blast from the past, bomb shelter, nightclub, bottle club. You got some more room back here? Something?
Well, we're working on the ceiling up there.
Okay, so it's actually bigger than what we're seeing.
That's going to be worked on actually on Monday. Yeah, we actually have a stage which normally sits there. It's stored away right now.
Wow, and these beautiful murals. What are these murals of?
So the original owners were, of course, very, very wealthy, and he owned his own 707 jetliner, you know, just like Hugh Hefner owned a 707. But Mr. Henderson also had a pilot's license, so he would fly his jetliner all around the world. And one of the places they went was New Zealand, because he owned a 10,000-acre ranch on the South Island of New Zealand, and that is a mural depicting the coastline of the South Island of New Zealand.
I tell you what, these 11-foot ceilings in here,
11 and a half.
11 and a half foot.
Yeah.
Boy, it is not claustrophobic at all.
It's not at all. That's
wow.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it really feels like there's a house and we're outside right now.
Yeah.
Does it? What? Again, it's an interesting piece of history, as tacky as it is. It absolutely does not feel like you're outside, even a little bit. It's green carpeting and a painted wall. It's not even a good matte painting. Vontuck says, I mean, Hannah, we're at the point where people are monetizing crappy ape pictures. This is hardly surprising. I guess.
Inside the house,
right.
You got trees.
Yeah.
And this carpet, tell me about the carpet.
So back...
It's an ugly teal shag carpet from 1978. What's there to say about it?
In the day, they did have AstroTurf. AstroTurf was just developed a few years before, but it wasn't a very good and convincing artificial grass. So I think...
Neither is this fucking carpet.
That when they built this place, they decided they'd just put this lime green carpet down instead of AstroTurf.
And you can still buy this today?
Yeah, you probably can.
Is that the original?
It's the original.
You got to be kidding me.
So it's over 40 years old.
It looks new still.
Well, you know, it's not...
Yeah, this doesn't get used very often. It's a tacky bomb shelter in the bottom of my house. No one comes here. I keep saying, do you want to see my fallout shelter? And everyone just runs the other direction. I don't get it.
There's no sunlight down here to degrade it, UV.
Baja said she's getting claustrophobic just looking at it, yeah. It is definitely windowless.
That's true. That's true. When you're underground in a bunker, this is why your food will last so long in a bunker, because it stays so cool down here.
Oh my god, there's a link to go and probably buy sponsored survival food. Ariel626 says, eat the rich, lots of tacky vitamins and minerals in one bite.
Now, you mentioned that this bunker actually has air conditioning.
It does, and ventilation. Those are two separate systems. I want to show you one thing as we walk past.
Okay. I like the little bar.
Look on the tree there.
Mary and Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mary and Jerry.
Yeah.
Is that their name?
That's their names, yeah.
Wow.
Mary and Jerry.
So did they stay here when they came to Vegas?
This was their prime...
Would I buy a Jim Baker bucket and try it on stream? If someone wanted to buy one for me, I'm not spending money on that. Bitter Old Ass Broad with 200 bits says, hi everyone, have you heard about Melania Trump selling her used hat for over 100,000? Oh lord. Everything is broken. Dr. White says, in this bunker's defense, Hannah, that carpet is likely less tear to your ACL from just turning.
Primary residence.
This bunker was their primary, wow. And what's this room here?
This is the formal dining room.
Formal dining room in the bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't everyone? And look at this. You know what this reminds me of? I was just at Elvis Presley's house in Graceland.
Sure. Yeah.
And he had rooms with this fabric like that in there.
Yeah, you can see here, see this, it's not wallpaper.
Yeah, you can push, it pushes in.
Yeah. That was the big thing back then for high-end rooms. They had this tuck and roll wall covering.
What? Wait, back in the day they had wallpaper that wasn't even attached to your walls, so then kids could just come over and fucking poke holes in it with their fingers? What the shit?
Amazing, amazing.
That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Why? Humans, why do?
In the history of this house.
Oh my god, look at it. It's like I'm in a tent.
I mean,
a really, really ugly tent.
In the last month, I've been to Jerusalem. I've seen where Jesus was born and crucified. I've been to Elvis Presley's house. Now I've been to the blast from the past bunker.
So I describe this house as the late 20th century equivalent of a European castle. Now,
is it though? No, there's an order of magnitude of difference of the wealth and reason behind those two things.
Why do I say that? Because the European castles were built.
This is a link to the site he sells is much more claustrophobic than one of his survival bunkers. You didn't post a link. Vontuck to the 100-bit says fire hazard bunker. Zarek Shadow says, yeah, if anyone had classy tastes, it was Elvis Presley.
As a response to the military threats of the time.
Sequins are very classy, okay?
You know, a castle in Europe was built to protect and house the lord of the manor and all of his retinue, right? Mm-hmm. Against the military threats of that time. Well, this was built to protect the lord of the manor of Avon Corporation against
the beauty cosmetic king.
Yeah, against
the comparison between corporate investors at a very high level and feudal lords is very on the nose, and I appreciate it, but also I want to vomit. Tucker White says, I'm not even European, and I'm offended by that comparison. Overthought with 50-bit says, speaking of castle, may I interest you in one here in Grand Rapids? Oh boy, Grand Castle. Oh no. Is it a castle made of concrete? What in... That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just concrete and a metal roof. The Grand Castle is a multifamily residential development in Grantsville, Michigan, with 520 apartment suites. The Grand Castle's design was inspired by this other castle. Oh, they did a really bad job. This is the castle they based the design on, which looks like an actual, like, classic European castle of some sort. And this is what they came up with in Michigan. That castle looks like it used to or still is a prison. It looks like the headquarters of White Castle. It's been described as the second largest castle structure in the world. Area architects are unimpressed, describing the structure as post-capitalist absurdism, gaudy, ill-conceived, an eyesore, misguided, and gimmicky. After years of lowering building proposals in the Grand Rapids metropolitan area, proposals and new construction began to increase to some of their highest rates in 2015 and 16. In 2015, Roger Lucas, owner of Grand Castle LLC and the site's developer, submitted plans to the city of Granville, Michigan for the Grand Castle. Oh no, it was built recently. It's so fucking ugly. Okay. We gotta look this up on YouTube and see if anyone's ever done tours. Hydrate will do. We'll look at that later once we're done with the this thing.
Threats of the late 20th century.
Makes sense. Wow, you really can get a lot of people in here. Yeah. So you've rented this out for parties before, and what was the maximum amount of people that were here for that party?
About 150 people.
Was it overly crowded?
Did the fire marshal know about that? Because I don't think they'd be thrilled if they knew you had 150 people in this basement that appears to only be accessible via elevator.
It wasn't overly crowded, but that's probably
close to max.
That's about what you'd want to have down
here.
So
you'd have to find out what your maximum capacity is on a club this size, but it'd probably be 300 or 400 technically.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So if somebody's looking to invest in this to make this a nightclub, or this is just cool.
It's over 2,500 a night. Are you kidding me? And then here's a link to the other survival bunkers that dude makes, which we'll take a look at.
I would come to Vegas for this. I mean, there's so many places to sit down, to talk to your friends. There's chairs everywhere. Chairs, couches. You can play blackjack. So what do you got back here? There's the front doors.
So this is the residential and the bedroom end of the house. We have a guest bathroom here.
Okay. What's in that door?
Well, okay, I'll show you.
Towel closet?
Just
a
a
hallway that goes
Oh.
back, and there's storage back
Oh,
there.
okay.
That's all that is.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So I never thought about somebody buying this for a natural doomsday bunker, but yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
There are
So
4
this is on the
exits.
market for
I hope some of them are stairs at least. That's good.
$6 million.
$6 million, and you can own this, including the house and the land. And how much
$6 million.
land is
A
involved?
little over an acre.
An acre of
A
land.
little over an acre, yeah.
And what's this room?
This is the media room.
This has so many similarities with Elvis Presley's house, Graceland.
Okay.
I mean, he had this kind of stuff.
Right.
And it has the same type of decor. You know, he died in 77.
Right.
So, I mean, I feel like I'm back in Elvis Presley's house. It got the studio, got a little alien in there.
Tucker White 50-bit says, that's why you slip the fire marshal an all-access VIP ticket, Hannah, or an envelope with fiat currency. Purple Nickel says, bits for the long noodle cat Ollie. Thank you.
Here. Was this got a screening room in here?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
people could come in here and watch their movies,
You can
whatever
watch
kind of
movies,
movie
or
they...
You can have a little lecture here where someone is giving a talk.
Oh, yeah.
You can sit in here.
And here you've got some souvenirs or some
Yeah, the
time
display
capsule.
We have devoted to both the house and to life extension and cryonics.
Cryonics.
What?
Yeah.
And cryonics is where you freeze people, right?
That's correct.
This has taken such a weird turn all of a sudden. Wait, why is your house themed after cryogenic freezing? What? How is that a theme? What do you mean that's the theme? H. Barrett says, speaking of tacky houses. Thank you for the link. We'll take a look later, or I'll save it on the list.
Correct, yeah.
So that's what that thing is right there.
That's what that is. Yeah.
Oh my god, he has a cryonics fucking pod where they put the bodies. Again, that's not a theme. That's just junk you have lying around.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that's a cryonics chamber.
Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. I've never seen one. I've seen one like on TV or on YouTube.
Right.
So that's where the people that go in, they freeze themselves so they can
Right.
be revived later.
It's
Narrator, they were not revived later. Their cells had burst because of the freezing process.
essentially a giant thermos.
They were irreparably damaged. I know they pump in stuff that's supposed to help that not happen. It doesn't matter. Those people are dead. They're not coming back.
Bottle filled with liquid nitrogen.
Wow. And who did Mr. Avon want one of those?
He didn't. He was a little bit early for it.
Really?
It was a little bit after his.
Wow.
I like the implication that he knows for sure, though. If the guy had been around later, he definitely would have been into freezing himself. Who's in there? That's where they're keeping Walt Disney's body. His head is below Disneyland. The rest of him is in this guy's basement. They separate him, you know, just in case. In case the head, something happens, the body can take over.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many people are probably in there, like, going to be in those Bill Gates and those types, probably,
Well,
huh?
If they're smart, you know, they'll take advantage of it.
We still can't unfreeze people without harm. Also, bringing them back from the dead, that's a bit of a speed bump that needs to be dealt with, don't you think?
Yeah.
You know, we gotta figure out how to thaw people out and then bring the dead back to life. You know, basic everyday medical problems.
Now, this is a depiction, a mural of the second
Like Spiro Agnew from Futurama? Yes, very much so.
underground house.
If I had the chance, would I have myself cloned? Yes. As long as I didn't have to take care of the clone. And I am very aware, I know cloning is not being a copy, it would just be genetically the same as me, or very similar. But still, the idea that's kind of cool, and I don't really want to have kids. But if someone wants to raise a clone of me, I guess, sure, go for it. I'll give you skin or whatever you need. Zarek Shadow says, actually, Walt Disney was cremated. Pretty sure you can't revive ashes. I know. I'm joking. Tucker White says, since someone mentioned it...
Approval.
Thank you for linking the clip at a timestamp that it only plays for like 3 to 5 seconds. I can play those.
That the Hendersons built.
So they had more than one.
This is the third one. You're in the third and last one.
Wow.
That's the second one. That's located on what used to be their ranch.
So they had a house and a bunker underneath it.
It's actually, if you look at this hill,
Yeah.
see this square thing here?
Yeah.
That's the chimney.
No kidding. So there's a bunker under there.
Underneath this hill, there's a bunker.
Amazing. I love these people. They're my new heroes. Hendersons.
I've never been in that
Would the clone also be trans? That's a good question. I do not know.
one. I've heard it's owned by an ashram.
We could probably answer some questions about nature v nurture on that one. Someone figure out how to clone me. We'll do some tests.
As a religious retreat, and that it's 3 times the size of this one underground.
Are you serious? Well, I'm going to have to get a new bunker, and I'm going to call it the Henderson bunker.
Okay.
You know what? And the guy never thought, hey, they're going to start naming bomb shelters after me. So is that a pool?
That is a swimming pool.
With a grotto or whatever it's called?
Just what I need in my fallout shelter. A pool I have to deal with the humidity from, as well as making sure it doesn't have bacterial growth. Hydrate.
1,000-gallon swimming pool.
Like the,
Yeah.
so it's got that thing like Hugh Hefner had at the Playboy Mansion.
I call that the Playboy Grotto up there.
Grotto.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the hot tub up there. Yeah.
This really could be a club.
Absolutely, yeah.
Two Man says we gotta figure out what those 24,000-year-old worms did to survive being frozen. It's always the worms. They're hiding their secrets from us. I don't trust them.
I mean, you got the pool, you got people running around.
Yeah.
Probably naked because it's Vegas.
And it's private.
And it's big enough that you could lose people in here. I mean, this place is gigantic.
Yeah.
Wow.
This goes on and on.
This guy's really obsessed with picturing weird 70s sex parties in this place.
Wow. So what's back over here?
This is the little guest.
Oh, there is a strip pole.
Of course, 2 of them. There's one right there.
Oh, there
And
is
there's
2
one-
strip poles in here.
Right.
Oh. Oh my God, they do spin.
They're the real ones.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, how cool is that?
Yeah.
So I guess you can. So people actually, that looks like one of those things that people get married under over there.
We could have a wedding.
An arch? Did this guy forget the word arch?
or reception.
God, is that another bedroom? Oh,
That's Mrs. Henderson's bedroom.
oh, we got to see that.
All right, let me turn on the
Holy cow.
chandelier.
I hope everybody's enjoying this video. If you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe, because I bring these videos out about once a week now where I visit these old bunkers like this. But I've never seen nothing like this.
Not an old bunker like this.
No. This is nicer than my house. Holy cow.
So
Amazing.
What's original in this room? None of the furniture is original. What's original is the carpet, the cut carpet, the wall covering,
which is a
not
fabric.
paper. It's not.
Oh, that's silk.
It's silk. It's woven.
Wow.
It's jacquard silk.
Ah, yes, when I'm surviving the end of the world, I know I just need my silk wallpaper.
Amazing.
And then the curtains are original.
And what's back here?
So here we have her dressing room.
Well, you got to have a personal dressing room when
Why do you need a dressing room in the apocalypse? No one gives a shit.
you're in your Doomsday bunker.
Everyone you know is dead in this scenario.
Don't you?
Right, that's right.
Rich people are fucking delusional. What do we need in our Doomsday bunker? I need a dressing room. I need to look nice when they come and rescue us.
Okay. Well, she's got plenty of clothes.
Aren't you going to be surviving the apocalypse with 2 copies of Thor the Dark World on Blu-ray? Yes. I've made that joke. The reality is I just like collecting Blu-rays because it's a collection I have. I like collecting movies, Blu-rays, DVDs, 4K. I enjoy it. The joke I make is that I'm going to be watching movies in the apocalypse when all of you people are stuck watching nothing because you rely on streaming services.
It's for the end of the world.
Are they Peter Hanna levels of delusional? No. That's unattainable for us mere mortals.
And you can tell when your time is up. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Jerry Henderson died in there? Oh, God.
Okay.
That's amazing. I mean, I do bunkers smaller than that. Than her dressing room.
As a friend of mine has said when she saw this, well, this is bigger than my New York apartment.
It really is.
You have 0 copies of Thor: The Dark World? Guys, I need a complete Marvel collection. I just bought Howard the Duck on 4K, okay? I have a problem. H-Baird with 45. And in fairness, I only own The Dark World twice because I bought it on Blu-ray when I had that collection, and then I bought it on 4K when I rebought all the Marvel movies for my collection. That justification isn't better, is it? H-Baird says, we've all been living through a light apocalypse, and everyone here has been altering the same 2 pairs of sweatpants since it began, right? Who even needs pants? It's the apocalypse. Pants are prisons.
That's amazing.
There's a 12-step program. Nah, I'll just keep buying. I'll just keep buying DVDs and Blu-rays. I actually went through my collection and I have extras. So, Mr. Blast, I have some Blu-rays probably that you could take because I have duplicates. Bumble Homestead with 55 bits says, which movies are Ollie's favorite? Ollie actually does watch TV sometimes. Anything with lots of movement, he is a fan of.
Amazing. So, oh my God, look at that bathroom.
And here's Mrs. Henderson's bathroom.
Wow.
Am I going to upgrade to 8K? Hold on, hydrate. Not unless I got rich and bought an absurdly large TV. Literally, I do not see the reason of getting 8K unless I had like a 100-inch TV, which I will never own in my entire life. So, no.
Sunken bathtub.
Yeah.
Chandeliers again.
Because you only need a higher resolution. You're only going to notice that high of a resolution on a very large screen. You know?
Gotta have the lit bathtub there.
Honestly, my TV, even now, marginal in terms of, like, 4K, how much a normal person can notice. I notice because I get up close to it and I like to look at the transfers and stuff to see how crisp they are. But mostly I'm just future-proofing my collection because the next time I buy a TV, it's going to be a high dynamic range OLED TV. So when I buy stuff now, instead of buying regular Blu-rays, I just buy 4Ks. Hats off. All right. I'll throw on... Where are those round glasses? I'll take this off and we will switch to... horns.
So...
Pink toilet.
Right.
Now, is that toilet from then? It looks kind of new.
That's the original toilet.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That looks like one of the new modern ones.
No, that's the original.
I'm gonna be honest, too, and I know I'm just talking about my Blu-rays now. This makes me just want to do, like, a stream that no one will watch, and I know no one will watch, which is fine. It would just be a stream for me that I would do on a day that I otherwise didn't plan on streaming. Maybe just talking about collecting and talking about all the Blu-rays I own. I don't know. But I used to have a big thing where I didn't want to buy DVDs. I would, if it didn't come out on Blu-ray, at minimum, I wouldn't buy it. I very much shifted that perspective now. There are some things that are just on DVD, will never be released on Blu-ray, much less 4K, and I'd rather have them and preserve physical copies of them than not have them at all. So I just bought recently, like, the first 20 years of Power Rangers. Everything from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers up until, I think, RPM. All on DVD. And I'm very glad I have them. Red Letter Media probably changed your mind on that. It's just, when you look at every generation, from DVD to Blu-ray to 4K, less and less media is getting released. So when you need to find, like, deep cuts or movies that maybe weren't as popular, maybe more niche, it's so hard to find copies of them in HD. So I'd rather have some copy than no copy. Tube Man says, as someone who bought the entire DVD box set for Samurai Jack and the Blu-ray of the entire series of Samurai Jack, I will not judge anyone for buying the stuff they like, except for Funko Pops. Those are for dummies. I have that Samurai Jack Blu-ray set. It's very, very nice. That show looks great. Upscaled. Dirt Juror says, Hannah, I must have all the pixels. True.
Wow.
What about a Bible Man Blu-ray? Do I have a VHS player? I do not. I do have a ton of, because obviously from the TBR days, people would send Jake and I so many Christian movies to review, which I want to get back into, by the way. My goal this year is to try and put out at least one thing a week over on Hannah and Jake, even if Jake isn't involved. So even if it's just me doing something, I want to do something specific just for over there. Because we do have a lot of subscribers over there, and there's been no content. But I have so many Christian movies just floating around.
Wow. This is
If Bible Man came out on Blu-ray, I would buy it in a second. Bible Man is so funny.
Unreal.
Unintentionally, of course.
Unreal. Look at me. Hey, there I am in the mirror. Hello, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe, okay? And I'll bring you more of these crazy videos. Walk-in shower. Well,
let's go. We can see the guest house.
Okay. Amazing.
Rich shame you bought this for $50.
Wow, guys.
Oh no! You bought a Five Nights at Freddy's
amazing.
Funko Pop Advent calendar.
Now, Graceland was pretty impressive because it was Elvis, you know. Yeah. But that's equally
at least two things
awesome.
I hate. That's at least two things I hate. Nick with 45-bit says I spent 45 cents to say caddy corner. Cute.
You know?
What if Bible Man only came out in 8K? Then I'd probably buy it and not be able to play it for another 10 years.
This here is a barbecue.
Yeah.
Electric barbecue.
Yeah.
So this is Gen Air. So when you turn it on and turn on the fan,
yeah,
all the barbecue smoke and fumes get sucked down and they go out through.
Oh, so you got another vent right there.
Well, actually, it combines. It runs over to where the tree is.
Huh. So trees are a secret sign for vents around here.
Right, yeah.
And it's been used.
And it works. Yeah, it works. Absolutely.
Amazing. Amazing.
And then come in here.
Hold on a second. I got to do this. So you can walk on this?
Absolutely.
So you got a little hot tub over here?
Yeah.
You've got two hot tubs.
Well, that's not really a hot tub. That's the same temperature as the pool.
Okay, and then you got this here. It really does.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. It should be a Vegas swingers night.
What the fuck why is this guy so horny on Maine? You're showing a fucking fallout shelter. Why are you hard? Zarek Shadow says, can you sing the Bible Man thing from memory? Bible Man, Bible. There were different versions. Which version do you mean? The original one's the best one. It's just about time for the Bible Man Show. It's the Bible, it's the Bible, it's the Bible Man Show. We're learning how to live and we're learning how to grow. Something, 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 don't you know? 'Cause it's just about time for the Bible Man Show. That's about all I remember. Nick with 45-bit says, you answered your own question. It's a fucking fallout shelter.
Nightclub.
Absolutely.
Oh, I guess if anybody's watching this video and you want to own a swingers nightclub in Las Vegas,
and finally we go
get the bat. Blast from the past.
Bay Cop says, is it just me or does this place look like a set piece for a murder mystery game? I agree. You could actually, you could turn this into like a, and again, I'm not big on like capitalizing on shit like this and making a bunch of money, but you could do theme parties down here if you owned it, murder mysteries, little D&D role-playing stuff in a setting that obviously would be conducive to stuff like this. I don't know. Tube Man says, the rare thing I'm trying to get is the original 4Kids dub of One Piece and the other anime on physical. And Nick with 70-bit says, snipe and become stream boss.
Bomb shelter and turn it into it. Okay.
This is a complete...
got a kitchenette. Well, I can tell that's from the 70s.
Yeah, it is totally from the 70s.
I like that print. It may be from the 70s, but it was modern for the time because a lot of it's still in...
It was
stock.
totally avant-garde for the 70s.
Yeah. So the decorations in here are really nice.
And
wow.
This is very 70s here. If you look at this.
What do y'all call this little house?
Look at, they got the swag lamps here. Remember swag lamps?
Yeah.
In the 70s?
Amazing.
And then here we have, check this out. You were referencing.
So you got what, four toilets down there?
So there are 4 toilets. That's
He has more toilets in his basement than I have in my whole house. He has double.
4 toilets.
Yeah.
So I guess the girls would be hogging the bathrooms.
That's right.
Ha ha ha. Women, am I right, fellow boomers? That's the joke. Ha ha, women. Ha ha, ha ha, women, right? Ha ha. The fuck?
What do you call this? Is the casita, or what do you call
it? The casita, yeah.
Do you? Wow. You got a little side door over here, and you got more room and another fountain and another mural.
That's right. So this mural is, and the light, I didn't turn the light on yet, but this mural is upstate New York.
What would you do if you donated this? What is it? That didn't, you gotta repost the link, it didn't work correctly.
Where Mr. Henderson grew up.
I like Mr. Henderson.
Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy.
He is. When did he pass away?
1983.
Wow. Too bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here we have the fountain.
Fountain blue.
Yeah.
There it is.
And this is Mr. Henderson's bedroom right here.
Another little back hallway. Yeah. You really could get lost down here. You could look for
Once you're familiar with the layout, it's not that.
I know, but it's kind of cool that it's big enough that you could lose somebody if you wanted to. Yeah.
This is Mr. Henderson's bedroom. And,
nice bedroom.
Yeah.
Nice bedroom even today.
That's right.
Bed still in style. Nice.
The end tables aren't. Those end tables, the carvings and the hardware on them are very, very 70s, 80s. I'd even say skewing towards 80s, but I would not buy those. I'd at minimum change the handles on them, but the carving themselves is a little ornate. The bed's not bad. The bed frame is nice.
Stand. Pictures.
I'll show you the
Very
only
nice.
piece of original art.
Morok Ben Eoth says, I'm mostly too broke to collect much now, but I used to collect rare games from the Shin Megami Tensei series, as well as obscure anime series. The prides of my collection are the original G-Neon release of When They Cry and the Blu-ray release of Serial Experiment Lane. Both are very, very rare and can sell for upwards of 500 at auctions. That's cool. Here's the link from the thing earlier that didn't work. Pickle Rick cereal. I mean, I'd probably try it on stream. They sell stuff like this at FYE usually. I've never bought it though. FYE has novelty chocolates that are actually pretty good. 7-Eleven bought them from the same company but without the branding at some point, and they were like candy bars that had stuff in them. So they sold Reptar bars from Rugrats. So it was like milk chocolate bars with frosting in it. It was actually really good. They had another one with cinnamon. That was pretty good.
Okay.
But it's Funko. Oh, I know. I understand that. I find it tacky. But if you give me pickle-flavored cereal, I'm not gonna eat it.
Oh.
Lily Love Stuff says, we got Hannah saying anime was cool. Wait, when did I say anime was cool?
Okay, so my understanding, all the furniture was put in after he...
That's right.
Okay. So who decorated all this?
My ex-girlfriend.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh, because of the expensive one?
Well, your ex-girlfriend has good taste.
She absolutely does. There are three bedrooms and 4 toilets.
Yeah. To commercialize this, someone would probably have to come in here and put in like 4 toilets right here.
Or,
you know?
or you could do something on the surface. Now, here is the last piece of art that remains.
That's true. They could go up the stairs to go to the bathroom.
So, this, if you look at the art,
Media room.
Pretty sure that's TOS.
This place is big.
So thanks, lewd
definitely.
MLM
Definitely.
lady, for showing me tips.
I hope this does become a club because it would be a members only. You can tell. It would be exclusive.
Right.
And the quality of the decor and the ambiance would lend itself to very high-end clientele. They have a little freaky side to them probably, you know. But this is amazing.
Rip in peace, hand reloaded.
Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And the decor, I mean, you couldn't do it any better for some kind of entertainment.
Right.
It's just amazing. Wow. What did this cost to have it built back in the day?
I think back in the day it was $10 million.
$10 million back in... And when was this started and completed?
I
Wait, it costs $10 million to build, and he's selling the whole property nowadays for $6 million? That's quite a loss on value, considering inflation.
Works.
It probably took, yeah, sure. I think it probably took 4 or 5 years to build from the first permits to when they took up residence. So I would guess probably...
Not just inflation, I understand that. Inflation and property values, and just the fact that even if you didn't take those into account, that's a loss of at least $4 million. That's nuts.
Started construction in 73, and it was completed in 1978, and then
So,
we moved right in.
Too bad. Elvis died. Too bad right before...
Yeah.
Elvis died in 77.
Yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So let's go back out.
I've not seen Superbook or The Flying House. No.
Through the staircase. I want to see what it's like.
10 million adjusted for inflation is 71 million. Wow, so he's selling for less than 1/10 of what they put into building this in the 70s.
I do, let me go upstairs and turn it on.
Okay.
Because the switch is upstairs.
Well, goodbye, Blast from the Past bunker. You are amazing. I would love to come to a party down here. Seriously, I would.
Okay.
Okay, so let's
That's only because you assume every party down here is a fuck party, you weirdo.
see.
I'll put you on the list.
He said 10 million in today's money? Okay, I missed that part. Still, that's still a loss. He's only selling it for 6.
To let me in.
Yeah.
So you got 1, 2, 3 flights of stairs, and you're at the top. So it's not too hard to get down. It's just a left and a left. And then you got the door that says fallout shelter.
Which is what it is.
Yeah. So very, very cool. Very, very cool. Elevator in the stairs.
Right.
Awesome. Thank you very much for letting us see your Blast from the Past bunker.
Well, I'm a great fan of what you do and the bunkers that you show people, and I really am happy to meet you. So.
All right, so guys, if any of you want to reach out.
Good lord. All right, let's see this guy's bomb shelters. So the guy that made that video has this company that actually makes bomb shelters. So I guess let's take a look at what some of his shelters look like. Bomb shelters. Oh boy. Platinum series. Bombnado? What the fuck? Okay, so it's a bomb shelter that... What? Okay, you can make it just full of guns if you just want to die but save your guns in the event of a bombing. Wine, if you would like your wine collection to survive a nuclear apocalypse because your priorities are very reasonable. Zarek Shadow says, one of our president's homes had an outhouse that seated 5. Oh, God.
With one very special amenity.
It has 2 adult seats, probably a seat for a teenager down there. And
that Wheatland's direct...
For the record, the outhouses that have multiple seats are not necessarily for a bunch of people to sit in and use at the same time. There are outhouses with different sized holes that are just for whoever's in there, you sit on the one that your butt fits. That's a misconception that happens sometimes where people see that and go, oh my god, the whole family shit together. Not necessarily. It's just that the kids couldn't sit in the holes for adults, so they had multiple holes. Anyway. You could have a movie theater. This is my bomb shelter. If I build a bomb shelter for the apocalypse, this is where I'm living. I'm just gonna spend a couple days dehydrating and dying while I watch my movie collection. This one at least looks like a house, sort of. Supplies underneath. This one's, I guess, if you want to save your model airplanes in the apocalypse. Why? What the fuck? So an 8x8 costs $18,000. An 8x20 is $34,000. Hydrate. Hey, Baycop says, what? Do you mean like if someone's anus was really stretched out? Hannah, I don't think that's right. No, that's not what I meant. What? Lily Love Stuff says, I mean, Megan Trainor and her husband have side-by-side toilets. That's odd. Why? Platinum series. Oh my goodness. You have to call for pricing. And you know what they say? If you have to ask, you can't afford it. They don't even have one. Oh wait, do they have one named after Michigan? They don't. Boo. Interesting. Definitely a waste. Don't get bomb shelters like this. Human beings don't survive that. It's just not how that works. You don't survive the apocalypse by being a prepper and building a bomb shelter and hoarding guns. You survive an apocalypse by finding communities if you survive and building communities with people working together, farming, doing stuff like that. Why is it never Michigan? Consider my expectations subverted. Lily Love Stuff says, I mean, Megan... Oh, nope, I read that one, sorry. Honestly, since I was talking about that thing anyway, the Blu-rays, there's gotta be, like... biggest movie collections. This will be funny, because I like movie collections, but also it's a rich people thing, so...
In fact,
Oh my goodness. Here, we'll watch me be a hypocrite, because I don't like rich people doing stuff, but I'm also a movie collector. I don't have this many movies. I only own 650-something titles now. But I guess we'll find out what this guy's collection looks like.
I have so much of it, it actually goes all the way around the entire room. Believe it or not, I actually do not have an unboxing video for you, and
AVGN would probably have a huge collection. He does. He's shown his room before with the movie stuff.
Don't have a review video for you.
Can we watch Night at the Creation Museum? Eric Hoven stars? That'd be good for a stream. I think that'd be fun.
The reason why we are down here... That's a horrible, horrible, horrible shelf to show off. The reason...
I feel that. I feel that. When I have these shelves, the way I keep my Blu-rays is, I swear, I'll shame this guy for something and shame myself. I won't just swoon about his cool collection. I have rotating, because the space is kind of limited in our living room, so I have two rotating movie shelves. So, like, it's four-sided, each side is full of movies. When I get to a shelf that isn't full, feels bad. Gotta fill them in. Gotta fill in all the space.
The reason why we are down here right now is because of something you have been pestering me, and yes, I'm going to use that word, pestering me about over the last year or so now. We're going to do it. We're going to dive into the library. Yes, I do have a brand new library tour for you guys, and a lot has changed down here over the last year. I've added a lot of stuff. I removed a lot of stuff. I moved many, many things around, so there is a lot to cover, and we are going to cover it all. So let's do it. Let's dive into the, I don't know, current situation.
You know why I'm okay with this more so than, like... Don't get me wrong. In an ideal world, I think you should be able to watch whatever fucking movie you want. I don't really care. I don't care. But the reason I don't mind this quite as much as I mind, like, the mega rich mansion stuff is a difference of scale. This guy did not spend millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars on this. And secondly, he's clearly not doing this to try and profit off of someone else. He's doing this because he genuinely loves movies and TV shows and he wants a collection, and that's the difference. Are all the TVs hanging from the ceiling necessary? No, I think that's a weird decision, but I at least understand where this shrine to consumerism comes from. I understand it because I have a smaller version.
down here in the Cinema Sickness Media Library. So, as per usual, I have no idea where to begin one of these library tours, so I guess we'll just start off with the actual media. And
I wonder if this is in his basement and how concerned he is about flooding.
we're going to start off with the media I have the most of, which is DVD. I still do buy quite a lot of DVDs, and it is the one format I have the most of down here.
Does Doug Walker have a collection like James Rolfe's? I honestly don't know. Does Doug even really like movies that much?
Here in the line.
Like, I never got the impression that Doug actually, like, likes film as much as James ever did.
Library. In fact, I have so much of it, it actually goes all the way around the entire room.
I do believe that Doug probably has hundreds of copies of To Boldly Flee somewhere in his house.
It does start off down here, which...
TubeMan says, how long do you think it'll be before the rich start building tombs for themselves and their stuff for when they die like the pharaohs of old? Nah, they gotta give it to their kids so their kids can keep subjugating people. That's how it works now.
I'm slowly kind of working the DVDs into this shelving, and then into this shelving, and then into this shelving. So lots of empty shelving here that will be filled probably by the next time I do a library tour. So,
oh my god, was that a laser disc of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3?
It will be filled probably by the next time I do.
I think that's a laser disc of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. That's interesting. I didn't know that came out on Laserdisc.
Do a library tour. So this is where the DVDs start, and then they go.
The best one of the trilogy. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, canceled.
Go over onto.
Someone asks Laserdisc. You don't know what a do I have to explain what a Laserdisc is to someone? Okay, so a Laserdisc is the precursor to DVDs. In between VHS and DVDs, we had laser discs. They weren't as popular because they were incredibly expensive, the players were expensive, and it was, to my understanding, a very interesting medium. They were the size of large records, but not vinyl. They're made of, I actually guess I don't know what they're made of. I think I've heard they're analog, but I don't want to say that. Because I've seen the fast forward and rewind on them, and it's incredibly smooth. It doesn't look digital, it does look analog. But, like, that's crazy to me to think they put whole movies analog on these discs. So they're very cool for collecting, because, of course, they're fucking anime, the ones I'm looking at right now. But they're really cool because they, like records, like vinyl, have these big covers for them for the art, and they're really, really nice. I've never owned a Laserdisc. I've never seen a Laserdisc in person, so I can't really speak to anything in terms of the picture quality, the sound quality, how interesting they hold up in terms of just a novelty. They seem cool, though. Blackwing Hecate says they were actually really popular in Asia. Yeah, and Mr. Blast does collect Laserdiscs. He also collects movies, so. They are basically analog optical media. That's so interesting. Thank you, Edgy Princess. I appreciate that. They look like very large CDs, yeah. There was another thing that was like Laserdiscs, but it wasn't. I don't remember what they were, but it was another medium that was even less popular than Laserdiscs. They're basically like cartridges that you would put in, and then you'd pull out the cartridge. CED, is that what they're called? CED. Yeah, the CEDs are really weird. You had to, like, how do I explain a CED? The inside is so fragile that you can't actually interact with the disc with your hands without fucking it up. So every CED comes in like a plastic case like this, and you put it in the machine, the machine automatically unloads the disc for you. You pull out the case, and now the disc is in the machine. And then when you're done watching the movie, you gotta stick the case back in there. It goes back into the plastic case, and it all comes out as one piece. You never actually see the discs. And if you see the discs, you have fucked up and destroyed that disc already. Oh, are they coated in grease? Is that why it works? Oh my god. Ew.
This shelf down here, then...
So it was like a PSP UMD? I guess. I didn't have a PSP, so I don't know.
Across this entire wall here, across that entire wall, across that entire wall, then over...
They had a needle like a record player?
Onto
God.
here, and as you can see, we're still going, again, all the way around the entire...
A lot of pirated used Laserdiscs. I know the despecialized editions of Star Wars, the original trilogy, they're working off Laserdisc rips. I know that.
Library across this wall, and then finally across the...
Because the best home video quality version of the original trilogy ever released was on Laserdisc. At least to my understanding. The unaltered original trilogy. Lily Love Stuff with 45-bit says, we had Laserdiscs at school, like, it's how we used to watch educational videos on them when we had a sub or when the teacher was hungover. In my den, I have a reel-to-reel player along with a vinyl collection, is classic Motown and funk records. You have that copy? Rad.
Back wall as well, and we end up down here at the very end of Z. So, yeah, lots and lots of DVDs. Like I said, I do still buy a lot of DVDs, although I've cut down a little bit over the last year or so. I've gotten a lot more into Blu-rays, obviously. I mean, I've always been into Blu-rays, but now that the price is just so low on those, I have been buying a ton more over DVDs, but still, I do buy quite a lot of those, which is why I have so many. Oh, and I should mention that any 3D DVDs, and yes, for those of you who do not know, 3D DVD is a thing, and I'm not talking about red and blue glasses, I mean actual shutter glasses technology 3D DVDs. Yes, that's an actual thing. It's weird, but it is a thing. All of those are in here, and any DVD-Rs I have are also in here as well. Alright, so I guess now we'll actually move on to the Blu-rays, and this isn't just Blu-rays. This is a lot of things, actually. It's Blu-ray, it's BDR, it's HD DVD, it's CBHD, HD VMD, 3D Blu-rays, and 4K. I believe that's everything that's all together. I have moved a lot of my formats together just because it's a heck of a lot easier to make up some space when you're not separating every single format. So pretty much all my, well, not all my, but most of my HD formats are all together now, and that's what you're going to see here. So if you've watched the last library tour video, you can obviously see that my Blu-ray collection, this is just the very beginnings of it, hold on, my Blu-ray collection has grown considerably. Like I said, Blu-rays have just come down so much in price that I'm finding these at thrift stores, pawn shops, flea markets, etc. for like $1 or less even. I've been doing a lot of upgrading, and pretty much everything I buy now is on Blu-ray, with the exception of an occasional title on DVD here and there. So lots and lots of Blu-rays being purchased, and that's why my collection...
This isn't rich cringe? I wouldn't say so. No, I need to go on to something else. We can watch this later, though, as maybe an after-stream thing to kind of do a cleanse. I need to get back on the ultra-rich bullshit. My ADHD strikes again. Let's take a look at a $2 million pair of shoes. Tube Man, with 50-bit says, when I was in high school, I tried to buy my old Laserdisc players and disc for my school, but the computer technician said the school couldn't for some reason. That's a bummer. Do the Pyramid House? Let's see. Gold Pyramid Home. Okay, we can take a look.
Why go to...
Oh my god. It's like someone looked at the Luxor and went, I want that, but shittier and tackier.
Egypt, when Egypt can come to you.
No. No. No.
Take a pilgrimage to a remarkable
Oh
pyramid
god,
house
no! The inside's all Egypt themed too! Oh no! The outside was bad enough. The outside, I was like, oh, that's an ugly choice. I assumed the inside was gonna be normal rich people ugly, not weird, eccentric rich person obsessed with tacky 1930s idea of Egyptian decor. 50 bucks says it's a white guy who owns it. We'll see. I don't disagree, but we'll see. Bittergrin says, I like Egyptian theming, but that's just tacky. No kidding.
It's been said to have magic powers. Welcome to the Pyramid Home. Coming up, why would anyone live in this huge golden pyramid complete with King Tut's tomb? Welcome to the Pyramid Home. Find out the powerful reason next on Home Strange Home. The Egyptian pyramids are many things. Astonishing, stunning, majestic. But livable? There's a man in Illinois who seems to think so. The Egyptian pyramids have been a source of fascination and awe for several millennia. Enter Rocco Onan, who takes fascination of all things Egypt.
You should have actually made the bet, Rin.
To a whole new level. Rocco, how are you, man? It's great to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Let me tell you, this is impressive already. How big is this guy?
He's 55 feet tall, weighs 200 tons.
This is pretty spectacular. Can we take a look at the house?
Yes, let's go. Building a pyramid was my dad's idea. He was always interested in pyramids when he was growing up, mainly because the theories, but it was in the 1970s.
The theories? That's ominous. What the fuck does that mean? You think aliens are gonna come see your tacky house because you made it into a shape of a pyramid? The theories.
When the University of Wisconsin.
All right, where's my tinfoil? God damn it!
Claimed that pyramids could produce their own power. And
no, they can't. It's a shape. It's a shape. It cannot.
That was where the phrase pyramid power came from. He started becoming a believer. Next thing I noticed, growing up, all these little tiny pyramids popped up all over our house.
Those pyramids gradually got bigger and bigger until one day they became big enough to live in. So I can't wait to see the inside. I mean,
Did the reptilians make the pyramids, or was it some other aliens? No, it was human beings. We were here. We watched them do it. It was humans. It was Egyptian humans. You think lizard people like me have the time to just build stone pyramids? Why? Why would I do that?
Still struck by the fact that it's an actual pyramid.
Bittergrin says, wait, is he harvesting orgone energy with his house? Motherfucking LOL. Ran the Fool says slave workers, I think. I think that's not true. I'm pretty sure historically they were not actually slaves. Hello? Oh, you need me to open it? Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay. Baha has blessed me with dinner.
Make sure that he doesn't get into this. Also, show chat because my dad's gonna be very jealous of what you have.
Okay. It's breakfast for dinner. It's a veggie scramble and biscuits and gravy. I don't know if you guys can see that. The light's pretty bright.
Inside this pyramid home is 17,000 square feet spread over 5 stories. The upper 4 floors are reserved for Rocco's house.
You want
the
some?
first floor
Come
is
get
used
it.
to give lectures to curious tourists fascinated by...
Originally, it was assumed to be slave labor. It has since been proven it was not. Yeah.
the idea of pyramid power. Look at this. This is pretty amazing.
My dad's ultimate goal was just to have this as a house. We were never planning on opening up to the public or anything.
So this is where Pharaoh Rocco sits.
Actually, I never sit there. I stand.
Oh, you stand? Oh, dude, you never sit there?
No.
Are you kidding me? If this was me, I mean, please, I would stand here. It's just like, welcome to the pyramid home. You may kneel now. And then I'd sit right here.
Well, I do have a staff.
Oh, really? You do?
Yeah.
Cool, man. So do you ever wear the headdress and stuff?
No.
He has absolutely not only worn the headdress, He has definitely asked women to sleep with him while wearing the headdress. 100%.
Next door to the lecture hall is a museum filled with replicas and artifacts on loan from Egyptologists from all over the world. Whoa, man. This is...
It's great. Can we, not loan this rich guy actual artifacts? I'd appreciate it.
Serious. So now, when you were a kid, was any of this stuff here? Because I was going to say, as a kid growing up, this room would scare the heck out of me. You know, whenever you walk in and you see a sarcophagus, the next thing you think is that it's going to open up and a mummy's coming out, you know.
This was the best house to play hide and go seek in.
I'm sure, yeah. I bet you got some friends.
Your first thought when you see a sarcophagus is that an actual mummy is going to come to life and hurt you? How long did this show last?
Still hot.
That's what happened to him.
Exactly.
I was wondering why they didn't accept me on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Missing children aside, there are a lot
We've
of...
used the Beyond Sausage stuff in this? It's good. Profane Priestess says, nope, not slaves. There's actually some evidence that they had what we'd consider benefits, at least basic health care. We found bones that were properly set and the like. The Exodus is 100% a myth. I did a paper on it in school. In fairness, the Exodus never says that the slaves that were purported to be in Egypt ever built the pyramids. That's just something Christians made up for some reason.
Urban legends that come with owning an Egyptian pyramid in Illinois. From claim...
There's no evidence there were, like, Hebrew slaves in Egypt, by the way.
Of cursed statues to alligators guarding their moat, there are even a large number of people that believe the natural spring the home sits on has healing power.
I mean, this...
It does not.
It's even hit the paper, claiming that we were saying that we had the Fountain of Youth. So overnight, people started contacting us, demanding this water.
So Rocco has found a way to capitalize on the water.
Human beings are simultaneously the smartest and dumbest species on Earth. We're so dumb, you'd have to be this smart to be this dumb. Von Tux with 100 bits says, 100% this dude went crazy in 2020 and stormed the Capitol. Probably. Like, literally, humans got so smart and invented, like, reasoning and like, figured out logic just so we could come up with new ways to be idiots.
Water's supposed healing qualities.
And this is the latest project we have.
And what is that?
In our beer.
Egyptian beer.
In the 90s, they opened a tomb. They had all these vases full of sediment of beer. And my dad ended up getting a sample of it, and he sent it down to a company in Chicago that designs recipes for beer companies. They came up with the closest ingredients we have today, used the water out of this pyramid, and they came up with Pharaoh's Gold. It's a barley wine. So it is something that has been tasting better the longer it sits in the bottle.
So true, yeah. And I'm going to tell you something. Barley wine is a heck of a lot better than beer. Do you know why? Because it has a higher alcohol content.
Well, maybe when we're done...
Uh-oh. I think the host might have a problem. Tombman says, when it comes to misinformation on Egypt, the real problem is how Eurocentric history books are written. Bittergrin says it's because our pattern recognition ability is locked into overdrive. I know.
With the tour.
All right. Well, guess what we got to do now then? Hurry this tour up.
Yes.
Seriously, I'm framing this as a joke, but I have a serious problem.
Come on up. Coming on up. Wow, look at this, man. The second floor is where the pyramid starts to become a home, while still sticking to an Egyptian theme. Okay, so now we get to, a living space. Wow, man.
Well, the dining room is the center of the pyramid, 2 floors up, 3 floors down. If you were sensitive, you were walking by, this is where you would feel the energy.
Which is probably why my knee is no longer hurting. Yeah, because it never was. So, what was it like growing up in a tourist attraction?
You ever worked with gold leaf before?
No.
I mean, it's very tedious. So, I mean, you have the leaf, it's about yay big.
It's very tedious, and even worse, the end product looks awful. It looks like someone peed all over your house with really thick pee.
And you have to use a special horsehair brush. You have to rub it in your hair for static electricity, and you touch the leaf, it lifts off. But I would go to school with leaf flakes in my hair. So yes, they called me Goldilocks and stuff like that.
I got a feeling you're not having that problem right now, Rocco.
Thanks for pointing out my hair loss. I'm very self-conscious about it.
Why, am I bald? My favorite feature of this house is actually in the family room, when you can look up the stairs and you can see the 3rd floor, the 4th floor, because it's all open.
So this is a pretty dramatic piece right here, man.
That's a hook rug that was made by my mother and myself. It's done with a hook gun, but it still took over 4 months to make it.
You guys did a great job, I gotta tell you, man. And that would, of course, be King Tut, right?
King Tut, yes.
There you go. Moving on to the top of the pyramid. Whoa, so check this out, man. What room is this?
This is the 5th floor. We call it the observatory.
Okay. Out back here, you can see the whole pond that you have there. It's natural spring water. You can go swimming in it?
The rumors are we have sharks in there. They like to
They like to nip at you, huh? Yeah, okay. So maybe swimming's not the best idea, because I'm delicious. On the opposite side of the property...
What is this host? I can't tell if I love this host or think he needs help.
Rocco has built a tribute to another famous Egyptian landmark. So here we...
Altered Rin asks, what did you use for the gravy?
Gardein breakfast sausage patties.
Gardein breakfast sausage patties.
And then it was mostly just flour, unsweetened almond milk.
Flour, unsweetened almond milk. And spices. Felix Night Owl says, here's a personal story that's kind of closely related. I live in Kentucky, and someone in my family visited the Ark Encounter regularly and takes their kids and put a ton of pics up on Facebook. I come close to losing my vision by rolling my eyes into the back of my head every time. So cringe. I think I've seen most of the exhibits at the Creation Museum, just from online videos. Bay Cop says, whenever he asks, what room is this? All I can think of, this is the room I used to scare women off.
You have it, right? This is
That's the exterior of the house. You walk up to anyone's house and it's a pyramid? Go away. They have a skin suit.
Tutankhamun's tomb?
That's correct.
Very, very cool, man. I can't wait to see what's inside. This is what the tomb would have looked like.
Yes.
Wow, look at this, man.
The tomb is an exact replica of Tutankhamun's tomb, same exact size and measurement of the actual one found in the Valley Kings, Thebes, Egypt. I spent a lot of time in Egypt, and I love the Valley of the Kings. The feeling of actually going through a tomb, I think this is the closest you can get here.
So these are the things that they would find in the tomb. These are the actual things, or replicas of the actual thing.
Replicas.
But the tomb itself is built to specification.
Yes. Now, the burial chamber right in front of you, this room is exact. All the hieroglyphics are exact.
So how about the actual mummy that's there? Is that
No, it's fake.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, but is that a replica of Tutankhamun?
No.
No. That's just...
Still doesn't even look like him.
Doesn't even look like him.
No.
Yeah. You know, I was going to say that it didn't look like him. He's a much better looking mummy than that.
Actually, I think it is better looking than Tutankhamun.
Yeah, your mummy's actually a lot cuter. I've seen the...
I'm glad he didn't actively participate in grave robbing by showing an actual mummy in his house.
Tutankhamun mummy. Not a looker. He's not a looker. Touring Rocco's property is really the closest thing to an Egyptian expedition you can get in North America. However, it's important to remember.
Bittergrin says, wait, you live in a pyramid and you recreate the tomb of a pharaoh, but you choose one of the pharaohs who wasn't even buried in a pyramid? I would bet you $100 that that man could not name a single other pharaoh of Egypt.
One man's tourist trap may just be another man's home.
People come and they're like, wow, it's a pyramid. I don't see it. I don't see a pyramid. I see a house.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for sharing your home with us, your museum, and most of all, thank you for saving me an airfare to Cairo.
You're welcome.
What the F? Let's take a look inside that ugly castle in Michigan.
Place I've wanted to take a tour of.
TubeMan with 50-bit says, and over here is the room where I keep severed left hands of women who didn't like my pyramid house.
Is the castle in Owasso?
No. This one is in Grand Rapids.
For a really, really long time, described as the second largest castle structure in the world, and it's located right here in West Michigan.
This is no ordinary castle because you can actually live there. You can't say that about most.
People lived in castles. People live in castles. That's what castles are for. K.R. Goss says, the house is closed due to a massive fire per the website. Oh no!
Castles, can you? So ever since it was built, the Grand Castle has been turning heads because of its massive size and its amenities. It has a coffee shop, a dog park of its own, two-story library, pool, and so much more.
Yeah, we are all so intrigued by the Grand Castle. We want to give you a look around, and we're going to talk to some residents about what it's like to live there. Take a look.
We all want a comfortable and spacious place to call home, so why not treat ourselves like royalty and choose the Grand Castle? We are here now with Aaron to tell us a little bit more about the Grand Castle.
That's right. Thank you, Rachel. The Grand Castle Apartments is actually 522 units. We have every type of floor plan, from a studio apartment all the way to 3-bedroom penthouses. Our price range
Oh God, this apartment!
ranges anywhere from $700 a month up to $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000 a month, depending on how big you want to get.
Yeah, I want to pay $5,000 a month to live in Owasso. Or Grand Rapids, sorry.
Property has all kinds of amenities for residents here. So we have a pool, a clubhouse, library, theater, game room, community rooms that the residents can rent. We actually have a courtyard.
I literally lived in the last apartment I lived in before I bought a house was nicer than that apartment.
Park,
like unironically 100%. And I was paying like $850 a month for it, I think.
Dog wash station, package lockers, bike storage. We really put a lot of thought into trying to brainstorm every type of convenience a renter would want in this day and age. So when we put the castle together, it wasn't just about the apartments, even though they're incredibly beautiful and large. We also wanted to really have a lot of other things and options for the people that lived here. So.
Sure, and you definitely have hit them all. I have to ask you about these units in particular because what we're in right now is a 2-bedroom apartment, and it does seem to have a lot of
the closed captions are broken on this, sorry.
Benefits or amenities right inside here.
Yeah, the apartments themselves are very, very cool. They're unique and they're open. We have 10-foot ceilings.
It looks like a completely generic apartment.
We have all stainless steel appliances. Every single unit here, regardless of the size, includes a washer and dryer. We also provide all utilities except electric, so renters get to save a lot of money.
Studios go for $700 a month, all the way up to the highest tier, which is $5,000 a month. Yeah. Bay Cop says, peace out, Hannah. I'm heading to my sucky-ass hotel security job. Good luck. Don't get water-gated.
The closets are all walk-in.
What's that? It's a Watergate joke. That's very timely.
I don't get it.
Do you know what Watergate was?
Yeah.
They broke into a hotel and tried to get into... People working for Richard Nixon and the RNC tried to break into the DNC headquarters at the Watergate Hotel and steal documents.
Did they hurt a security guard?
No, I was just saying, like, do your job and make sure people don't steal documents or whatever.
So every bedroom that...
All the kids are joking about Watergate, right? It's timely. Today on January 6th, what else would people be talking about in terms of shamed former presidents?
Oh my God, people think I don't know what Watergate was now.
As a closet, it's a walk-in closet. And then
Baja knows what Watergate is.
now we have intercom access for getting into the apartments, so the renters can buzz a doorbell, talk to somebody through an intercom. We have an LCD screen there. They can see who they're talking to and they can be let in that way. And then we also even have facial recognition locks. So if you don't like to lug a
I don't want facial recognition locks on my apartment, thank you very much.
key around, you can actually press a button on your lock, show it your face, and the door will unlock and let you in.
That's
Someone's gonna print out a color photo of me and get into my apartment.
incredible. This is a very modern castle.
so ugly.
We're here now with Roger, the builder and owner of the Grand Castle. And this is pretty impressive. The only castle in Greater Grand Rapids and beyond.
And the second largest castle on Earth.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Making your building have towers doesn't make a castle. I don't think there's any specific like group that defines what a castle is, but I do not consider this building a castle. It has a castle theme. That doesn't make it a castle. Like a White Castle restaurant isn't a castle because they made it look like a little castle. Speedy Yoshi says, speaking of gates, there was an Adventure Time with an ant named Lieutenant Gamergate. Gamergate is a legit type of ant, but this came out a few months after a certain thing, so some people were pretty mad.
And a big claim to fame. What inspired you, Roger?
Do I think facial recognition would work because of all the different makeup? Probably. I gotta imagine they program facial recognition understanding people wear makeup.
Well, every time I would go to Europe and see castles, I was inspired by how beautiful they were and that they had been there a very long time. And I always, as an apartment builder, thought they would make a great apartment building.
Yeah, especially in Michigan where we have some questionable weather. All this concrete. Wow,
Yes.
This really protects
Well, it's
the
more than it's just in concrete. It's also super insulated with triple glazed windows. I mean, we tried to do everything we could with new technology to make it as comfortable as we could for our tenants. But a big feature is that it's cast in place concrete, so sound is really abated on a big way, and that's one thing that really is a plus for this building.
It really has become a landmark in this area. I mean, almost everybody knows about the Grand Castle because they've driven by it or perhaps they know someone who lives here.
Well, it has
It
to
literally just looks like brutalist architecture, but they put some castle towers on it. Oh god, our building looks like shit. I don't know. Throw some things on it. We'll call it a castle. Speedy Yoshi says, to tell the truth, I still have no clue what's up with Gamergate. That was before I was terminally online. Don't worry about it. It's a bunch of bullshit that they use to recruit dumb young men into the alt-right, basically. Under the guise of women are stealing video games from you. Tube Man with 50 bits says, and to guard the apartments, we've employed the use of the ED-209 robots.
For the size, but the reality is this was family farm. The family that I live with, my wife's grandma owned this since 1920, and she had a mobile home park on it till 2005, and it didn't work anymore. So we thought we should do something with this, and I thought this was one space that we could put a high.
What do you mean it didn't work anymore? You weren't making enough money, I'm assuming is what you mean? So you turned it from, presumably, an area where people who wanted relatively low-income housing could come and have mobile homes, and instead you built a gaudy, ugly apartment building with $5,000 rooms that no one wants to live in. Genius move.
High building in Granville, and it wouldn't negatively impact the neighborhood because there's a lake next to it, or industrial, or the freeway. So I didn't really plan that it would be that close to the freeway, but it ended up that way.
Yeah, it's quite an incredible site.
Well, the joke that I heard was that the skyline of Grand Rapids starts in Granville now.
We decided to live at the Grand Castle because our son lives here, and after visiting him a few times, we just fell in love with it.
Also, I'm very old and make dumb decisions with my money. Just look at my haircut.
Yeah, we love the...
I shouldn't have said that. I try not to comment on people's looks. Failed that time. Dr. Gamble says, no, Hannah, brutalism wants none of this. We use concrete with as much style as you can get with boring-ass concrete. The thing is just flat gray with walls with a shack roof. I'm freaking out 99. Thanks for 16 months.
All the facilities, the different amenities that are available.
If the poor just stopped being poor, they could live there. True. Where are your bootstraps, poors?
The pool and the cafe, and soon the library will be open, so we just love all those things. And besides that, who can walk out their front door and see this?
I have 2 pets.
Your neighbors, I guess, who probably live in nicer houses. Daddy Sume says, oh god. Daddy Sume says, am I too horny, everyone? Seriously, is it a problem?
They're both cats, and I love them to death, and it's so nice to be able to have them here with me at the castle. And the first day of being here, he was just in the best mood ever.
The people here are awesome. Couldn't ask for nicer people. Very helpful. Very attentive when you need something. And the space itself.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. That was like a seasonal thing for some years, and I tried it years ago. It was really gross.
I think that's
a few apartments before I decided. So this was my final choice.
So we are back with Aaron now, and now that we have a feel of the Grand Castle, you have a special promotion.
We sure do. Actually, right now, for anyone that mentions the Wood TV 8 special, we're going to waive your application fee, we're going to waive your cleaning fee, and we're also going to credit you $500 towards your first month's rent.
They're having a lot of problems filling apartments in this place because it's so ugly. Surprise. Altered Rin says, want to be infuriated?
As a real...
Oh no, what is it? Rich versus poor. Is the economy rigged? Oh no. Saved for Chud Watch. Why?
2 bedrooms and larger apartments. So
that's pretty generous.
Yes, it's the best special we've ever done. It's the biggest promotion we've ever done, and it's a great time to take advantage of it.
It sure is. Well, thank you so much for letting us be here. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Rachel.
We are here at the Grand Castle. Don't you just love it?
Yeah.
It is so awesome getting a tour, and I and many folks have passed the Grand Castle so many times. You know, it is just right off the details right there.
What an absolutely ugly place. Too bad we didn't see more of the inside. I would have liked to see a little bit more of, like, the other stuff in there. So for reference, I wanted to show you guys this first. This is, at least at the time that this was filmed, I don't know if it's been outdone yet, the smallest apartment in New York.
This is officially the smallest apartment in all of New York City.
It's literally just as big as that. If you flip the camera around, it's just the door and a closet. Okay? Just so everyone knows. This is just for frame of reference. I think we've watched this video before.
Looks like a dorm room.
Yeah. Here it is.
Oh my gosh. The hallway bathrooms.
This is the room. This is the opposite angle. There's not a bathroom in it. The bathroom's in the hallway.
I don't know what to say. You could...
It's like a bathroom you have to share with all the other people on the floor. So this is the apartment. This is the apartment. This is it. Okay? Now let's look at the biggest apartment in New York City and want to eat the rich. Because real estate is kind of a zero-sum game in urban areas. Of course, you can build new stuff, but like on an island, you know, like if we're talking about Manhattan, there's only so much space, you know, that you can realistically build on. Some rich asshole has this fucking apartment. Let's look at this.
Is the largest living room in New York City, spanning over 3,000 square feet with 21-foot high ceilings. My name is Eric Conover, and I'm going to take you on a tour of this one-of-a-kind luxury apartment in New York City.
This should straight up not be allowed. In New York, where real estate is so hard to come by, you should not be allowed to have apartments this big. You just shouldn't.
Hey! Let's go!
Oh my god.
Goes sky 539 square feet atop the world's
14,000 square feet.
First Art Deco sky.
It's bigger than my house that I bought.
Skyscraper built in 1927. It has unobstructed views of the Statue of Liberty with over 40,000 square feet of top-of-the-line amenities included.
There's indoor motherfucking pools. TubeMan says if you want to be really angry at rich people, just watch the Born Rich documentary made by one of the Johnson & Johnson heirs about rich failsons. Okay.
Home to one of the largest living rooms in New York City, it's listed exclusively by Core Real Estate, asking just under $40 million. Now, if you're already subscribed to my channel, you know that in this series, we tour the most incredible luxury apartments in New York City. And we have some pretty ridiculous apartments coming up in future episodes, so make sure to click that subscribe button. Today, I'm doing a walkthrough with one of the top real estate brokers in the city.
Hi, I'm Sean Asher. I'm the CEO of Core, the #1 boutique residential real estate company in New York City. I've been doing this for almost 30 years. I've sold close to $10 billion worth of real estate in my career. Today, I'm at 100 Barclay, the penthouse, and have the pleasure of showing Eric Conover this incredible space. Eric, you're in for a real treat. Welcome to the penthouse at 100 Barclay. I will say that in the 30 years of apartments that I've sold, this is one of the, if not the most spectacular. I don't know of another foyer where...
Have you ever noticed that rich people, like, I don't understand how they never even for a second, they're always just like, this is so beautiful, it's amazing. There's never even a second where they're like, why do you need this? There's not even a little thought in their head as to why someone would need this, or is this reasonable? It's always just, oh my god, look at this ridiculous thing you've built. Lovely.
You get a window this size.
I don't think it's mostly like rich people haters. I'm pretty sure it's people who like looking at rich people stuff. I don't know though.
Almost 20 feet, actually more than 20 feet high.
It's actually kind of tough to get a perspective of how big these floor-to-ceiling windows are without seeing someone standing next to them. The views from this apartment are unreal. The apartment is perfectly aligned with the Empire State Building, and because of the zoning laws in Tribeca, there are unobstructed views of all Manhattan in one sightline. Having views
oh yay, I can look down on all the pores.
Views like this, it's incredibly dynamic. And just watching how the city evolves dramatically as day
relative pores. It's still Manhattan.
It turns into night and the city comes alive.
When you look at this building from the outside, you know, this is one of those buildings that when you're on the street, you look up and you go, wow, that's one of the most beautiful New York buildings.
Oh my god, is it like this entire floor of the building? What the hell? That's disgusting.
We're actually standing in that space. This building is built out of bricks and you couldn't replicate this building in today's world. You know, these bricks were laid brick by brick and that's not how they build buildings today. So you're really buying a piece of the New York City skyline here and you're buying a piece of craftsmanship that's irreplaceable. Welcome to one of the
You're buying a piece of real estate to park your ass in. Let's be clear.
Biggest living rooms in New York City. In my 30 years of doing this, I have not seen a bigger living room. The one word I get from people when they walk into the space is wow. I mean, that really describes this room. And I think this is the quintessential wow New York City penthouse apartment. You know, the kind that you would think your superhero lives in Gotham City or Manhattan.
This is the Bruce Wayne apartment.
Or Tony Stark.
I love the Marvel movies. Have you seen the new one?
Oh yeah, Endgame. Oh yeah, I've seen it twice. No, this is Tony Stark's apartment. Actually, I should probably call him because...
This makes me want to do crime in Roblox.
Robert Downey would be a good buyer for this. Thank you for that. We'll go through, you know...
Nah, it's some online game.
Sections of this living room.
Why?
I said, do you even know?
Yeah. Vaguely. The thing that sound effect comes from. Oof.
Because it's so big. You know, something that is pretty remarkable is the buyer for this probably has a significant art collection. And that's a great challenge when people buy in these glass towers with floor-to-ceiling glass, there's not much wall space. The beauty of this space is there is more art wall space here than any other apartment I've ever seen.
If your problem when searching for New York real estate is where can I find enough wall space for my giant paintings, I fucking hate you. I hate you as a human being. I hope you lose 90% of your net worth. You're awful. You're awful. What the fuck?
So when you look at these walls, they're a canvas for great artwork. Relative to the space, these pieces of furniture may seem small, but you know, this C-shaped couch over here could seat comfortably 15 people. This L-shaped couch over here could easily seat 10 people. The true beauty of the space is that you can fit 2 coffee tables in an area and not feel like one is imposed.
Ah, yes, for all the people that pretend to be my friends because I'm rich.
on the other. And then over here you have a dining area. Now this is a huge dining room table that seats 10 very comfortable spaces. What's better than standing or sitting at the head of this table and looking at the Hudson River with boats passing?
Because this penthouse faces west, during golden hour, the apartment walls turn into almost this living art museum with the shadows dancing across the oversized wall. The warm color
they're shadows of the windows
that the sun creates instantly changes the entire feel of the space as opposed to a cloudy day.
If you're the kind of person who loves to entertain, this is the ultimate entertaining space. I think you could easily fit 300 people in this living room, just the living room, not the rest of the apartment, and be very comfortable. You know, if you need 2 lounges and a dining room and a...
Seriously, someone's asking about the price of the paintings. I'm curious too, because they're pretty big paintings, but you can buy paintings like that at a home decor store or like a Pier 1 or something, and it'll cost maybe like $200 to $500 at that size, because they are pretty sizable. I'm gonna guess those paintings cost more than $500 a piece.
Reading area in one room, this is it.
Now as we're moving through this living room, the 21-foot windows give you some of the most unique and breathtaking views no matter where you're looking in this apartment. Like straight down below, you have the lively West Side Highway. Then looking south, you have the cleanest view of the Statue of Liberty at sunset. I mean, it almost looks like a painting.
And then what's really cool is that this corner creates an intimate moment in a space with this much volume, which is really unique. You would think in a room this intimidating and big, you wouldn't be able to have intimate moments, but you know, this is an example of one corner that kind of has that feeling about it. Part of the beauty of these pre-war buildings is that they've got moments.
Can you have a cookie? Sure. I'm relieved. I had a friend who, there's a friend of mine whose boyfriend was moving and his cat escaped yesterday because the movers left the door open. The cat has just been found, so that's good.
And elements, the walls aren't flat. There are really interesting details like exposed columns, and then this is one of them which has got this little nook where you can actually seat people, and there are a couple of them in this room. You can never have enough storage, even in 14,500 square feet.
How would you put things up there? You'd have a ladder?
Those are things the buyer's not going to worry about. When you buy an apartment like this, you don't worry about how you're going to change the light bulb.
Speaking of...
Oh boy, it's almost like you're a leech on society, and we need to fundamentally change how society is structured so people who don't have to worry about changing their own light bulbs no longer exist as a class of people. Change your own light bulbs, you fucking loser!
Of lights, most penthouses only have one single grand chandelier. Due to the sheer size of this living room, you're able to equip the space with not one, but 3 custom...
Oh, I was very concerned how many grand chandeliers I could fit in, thanks. I was worried. I was like, is it only 2? I don't know. 3? Perfect.
Lighting fixtures that add a modern touch to such a classic space.
So moving from this intimate corner here, we've set this up like an office area. But what a cool space to come home, work, or work from home. Turn around, look at the Statue of Liberty. This right behind us is One World Trade Center, which is actually kind of a glass mirror facade. And what's very cool about that is you can see your reflection of this building in that facade. So let's go from the living room into the kitchen area.
That's a weirdly vain thing to want. I want another building to act as a mirror so I can look at myself looking out of my ridiculous apartment building.
Really has every appliance a chef would ever need. Actually, if you stood underneath this hood, you would be sucked out of the building. That's a joke.
If you have to say that's a joke, usually not a great joke.
Yeah, this is a deep fryer. I mean, I think the owner of this apartment probably won't use the deep fryer because they're probably like one of those really healthy, fit people. But, you know, this would make great French fries. You've got induction, you've got 6 gas burner, you've got a grill, 2 ovens. Everything is Gaggenau, which is the best appliance that is made in the market today. And this is truly a chef's kitchen. Of course, there's a wine storage, as every penthouse should have. So it's kind of like a service entrance into the kitchen. If you're catering and you want people to be servicing from the kitchen into the living room, this is a back entrance where they can do it.
This is the lap of luxury, my gosh.
It is. Walking through the kitchen, there's actually another prep sink over there, and this is kind of an informal dining area. This is where you'd probably eat lunch, maybe have breakfast, hang out, have a cup of coffee. It's a much more smaller, intimate living room space with a wood-burning fireplace on two sides. Also, very cool, you can stand here and you look over Santiago Calatrava's Oculus, which is pretty spectacular. So the other side of the fireplace has got this bigger lounge area, and what's really cool about this is it's got this fully serviced wet bar and pretty much anything you would need to entertain and serve drinks to all of your guests. So you know this place is a duplex because you saw the staircase. Let's take a look upstairs. So this is a temporary staircase, but I think this is a real design moment for someone who's going to buy this space. It's an architectural opportunity to have someone come in and design something that is a sculptural piece of this living room. You know, I've sold apartments for millions of dollars with staircases that have cost millions of dollars. The buyer of this also gets with it 40,000 square feet of amenities in the building. You have a 24-hour doorman, concierge, you have a swimming pool, you have a spa, you have a fitness center, you have a conference room, you have a movie theater, 40,000 square feet of amenities in addition to this 14,500 square feet of private space. So now we're going from public space to private space, and we left this raw. So this area here would be part of the
Can we not call it raw?
Private space, and by private I mean
look at this raw fucking bedroom.
Bedrooms, studies.
It's fucking raw! Raw is a really nice way to say we didn't furnish or finish the room at all. It is literally a concrete cavern. Please finish building this apartment for us. Oh god, you've walked outside the building? Ugh. Did you smell the disgusting apartment?
Servants' quarters, home office, gym. This section here
is an apartment, not a hotel.
It's bigger than most apartments in New York City. You know, this allows for the most flexibility for the potential buyer. By that I mean, you know, there's mechanicals already in the space. Plumbing, electric, air conditioning, heating. And just to put that in perspective, all of the finished space I showed you, the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, is less than 50% of the home that the buyer would be buying here.
Which makes this apartment officially the largest single unit that we've toured on my channel. And that's something pretty special. Comment.
You can buy apartments. There are apartments that you can buy. You don't have to rent an apartment.
Down below, more New York City if you want to see more.
Someone is asking about the buyers thing.
Luxury apartment tours. I want to give a huge thanks to my friend Sean here for showing us this incredible apartment.
It was fun.
And if you're interested in buying this apartment, make sure to get in contact with my friend Sean. Also go follow Core Real Estate on Instagram and YouTube. And with
wouldn't that be a condo? I don't know the legal difference.
That, I will see you in the next video.
Hey. Yikes. I hated that one. Let's watch the diamond covered shoes.
VIP suite. Check this out, Adam. Is this cool?
Are they real gold bars?
I don't think
Blackwing Hecate says I live in a condo. Nice.
They're real gold. There's a lot of them, or it might just be a reflection, but it's really cool, isn't it?
There's one layer and then it's a double mirror thing, you idiot. Wow, there's a lot of them. I fucking hate.
Love that.
I do
really
too.
Love that.
So yeah, let's go see. Hi.
Hi there.
Hi, how are you? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wow, this is gorgeous.
This is the same guy that did the tour of the one mansion and stuff. Radiology with 100 bits says, "Hi, I was just heading to bed to put on your stream from the start, but then got distracted by the Norse runic t-shirt that bunker guy was wearing. As so often runes and chuttery go hand in hand, was disappointed to find that it was just merch from a Norwegian YouTuber, Viking Bushcrafter, but checking their channel anyway, just in case. Glad I did. He's also an anti-vaxxer who's predicting the coming totalitarian order." Of course he is. in my conspiracy folder.
Carpet rolled out for you, mate.
Especially for me, right?
Would you like something to drink?
Oh, yes, please. Sparkling water.
Perfect.
And Adam will have the same. I'm choosing it for him.
Although, I do see beer taps back there.
No beer, Adam.
Okay, all right.
No
Sparkling
beer.
water it is.
Wow, check this out, Adam. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wow, this is lovely.
Oh, I already see lots of sparkly things.
Wow. What have you got your eyes on?
Rich people have the
these look
ugliest
like-
jewelry.
Championship rings over here, and then some hoofing great big diamond rings, some Michael Blakey shoe. There is a lot in here for you.
Michael Blakey shoes. I could wear these, right?
I know.
Wow, check.
Look at these ugly fucking shoes. They look like grandpa slippers.
Amazing.
These are all diamonds.
How do you know?
Well, I mean,
Who's going to wear diamonds on their feet?
whoever buys these.
Me.
I was going to say you more
Actually, I
likely.
probably wouldn't. I'd be scared to. But wow, that is...
Rachology says, apologies for the poor sentence structure. It's very late here and I should be in bed. Oh, it's cool.
amazing. Absolutely amazing. Miniature sunglasses with diamonds on.
Would you have a front door key like that?
Why? You need your key to have diamonds on it?
I don't think so. Would you?
I think I would actually.
Yeah, you would.
Cool.
I've been too much of an influence on you, I think.
Yeah, this is
gorgeous,
awesome.
gorgeous pieces. Check this out. Look at that.
Oh wow.
It's a ring. It looks like a cigarette lighter.
Oh yeah.
What?
It is, isn't it?
I doubt that it works.
These watches as well.
We'll ask Jason.
How are you?
Good to see you again.
Nice seeing you again.
How are you, Jason?
That is an entrance.
Wow.
How you doing?
Good.
Good to see you again, mate.
That was quite magnificent,
I know,
actually.
it was
Right?
kinda like
Very
Star
regal.
Trek.
I feel like I should bow.
I know. I was waiting for the smoke machine and music, but it didn't work out. But welcome to my VIP showroom.
Beautiful.
Thank
we
you.
just had a little wander around, and you got a bar.
We have
Incredible.
a full bar, yeah. That way, if you like to have 3 or 4 drinks prior to making decisions on
Better for
spending
you,
millions
right?
of dollars,
Right.
then that's okay.
It's a tactical decision.
I was about to say, that's very clever, actually. Now, let me load you up.
This is our VIP.
How clever of you to make your clients drunk before they decide to spend millions of dollars in your store. We should applaud this and not call you disgusting for reasons.
VIP showroom, so we have some of the more eccentric pieces.
This
These are
is
like a private commission that we had done.
That's enormous.
It's a
Oh my god, look at how ugly it is! Why is it all so ugly?
masterpiece.
That's the size of my hand, guys, so you can see.
We have, different pieces like this. We have, a lighter ring.
I just mentioned that.
Yeah.
Does it work?
This is an actual lighter ring. If you go, I guess it doesn't have lighter fluid in it, but when you go like this, it actually shoots up a flame. Wow. Because you never know when you're going to need a diamond lighter ring.
Never seen.
I need to apologize to the writer of Uncut Gems, because when I saw Uncut Gems, which is an excellent film, by the way, if you haven't seen Uncut Gems, please go see it, or rent it, pirate it, whatever you gotta do. Excellent film. It's in the Criterion Collection. It's great. I thought to myself, wow, I like this movie and it's written really well, but some of the jewelry in this store is so tacky, it's ridiculous to think that rich people would buy it. I was wrong. I apologize. Uncut Gems was correct. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't watch it if you have major anxiety. Uncut Gems is a movie that just the anxiety goes up and up and up and up and up and up and up, and it never really resolves itself in a positive way, so check it out. My 4K copy of Uncut Gems is based. The picture pops. I have the 4K Criterion, if that's the same one. Yeah.
Seen anything quite like that before?
That's totally normal, right?
Totally normal.
Absolutely.
Totally normal. And a diamond safety pin, you might need one of those.
Yeah, we have diamond safety pin.
Trigger warning, I guess, for Uncut Gems if you decide to watch it. Gambling addiction. Addiction in general. People ruining their own fucking lives. Being in extreme debt. Okay.
You might need one of those. And you just...
Beautiful watches also.
Thank you. And then if you go around over here, we have, you know, obviously lots of different things. You know, diamond keys.
We were just talking about
those
that.
are encased holders. If you want to put your keys and have them set in diamonds, you could do that.
And they're interchangeable?
Interchangeable, absolutely.
And then I noticed the sunglasses as well.
Little Ray-Ban sunglasses. The handles open and close, the arms open and close as well.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then we also...
How many children were murdered for these diamonds? More than 0.
Also noticed, which is, well, hard to not notice, two things. One, these incredible rings, and also the shoes.
Yes.
Let's talk about these shoes.
So these shoes here, you have over 38,000 individual diamonds that were all hand set.
38,000?
Just question. What if it's not your shoe size? Can I have them changed, or do you just need to find a buyer who has $2 million, likes these shoes, and is the correct shoe size? H-Baird says, if I were the host, I'd totally Lindsay Lohan some of that stuff.
38,000. 38,000. So we have 38,000 individual diamonds. You have, you know, almost over 100 carats of diamonds. And what makes this so unique is that we took a Tom Ford loafer and we're able to set diamonds all over it. But what makes it very special is that it's completely flexible. You can...
Were I planning on doing this for the anniversary of the insurrection, or was this a backup after Trump canceled his big speech? I thought about it. I just didn't feel like covering all the January 6th stuff again. I literally did like a 6-hour live stream the day it happened, and I was covering it live. You can go back and watch that if you want, but it's just depressing. I was gonna cover Trump's press conference, but he did cancel it, so I just decided to do this today.
You know...
May I touch it?
Of course.
Whoa.
A bit heavy. You're not going to win a track meet.
Blackwing Haggerty says, I wonder how you set diamonds in leather. It feels like it'd be insecure. Yeah, I have no idea.
Adam, I feel this.
Yeah, you're not running away from anybody.
Not only do you look amazing, but you're also getting a workout at the same time.
Wow.
Okay, so these have to be outrageously expensive.
These are $2 million.
$2 million.
H-Baird says, in the original Brothers Grimm version of Cinderella, the evil stepsisters cut off toes to try and fit into the glass slipper. Somehow this reminded me of that. $2 million for shoes. $2 million for a pair of shoes. $2 million. Do you know what any normal person could do with $2 million? Never work a day for the rest of their life. If you put $2 million into the right investment accounts, you would never have to lift a finger, and you could make like $70,000 a year for the rest of your life. $2 million could buy people homes, get people food, get people health care. Nope. Here's some shiny shoes, you dumb fuck.
Correct. And you can make them to whatever size feet you have, whatever shape shoe you like. But these are the most expensive shoes in history.
I'm assuming they fit you.
These fit me perfectly.
The most expensive shoes in history. $2 million, guys, for a pair of shoes.
Yes.
That is just insane.
Yeah, well, when you walk down the red carpet, you need to have something that's becoming of a celebrity. That's when you buy these shoes.
Unbelievable. And you make them to order?
Make them to order.
Any
exactly.
size?
Any size you want.
That explains the sizing.
So what shoe size are you?
They're about 13, I think.
Literally whipping your ass with $2 million bills would be more productive than those shoes. Yeah, and people would probably pay for it. I'm just saying. Film that. That's someone's fetish.
Oh, see, these won't fit you. We'll make you a new pair. Don't worry.
I'm glad they
Need
won't
more
fit me,
diamonds on the big ones.
We'll make you a new pair. Not to worry.
So that's a good question, actually. So the bigger the shoe, the more expensive it is?
Absolutely.
Yeah, more diamonds, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So sometimes it pays to have small feet.
This is true. That's it. Not often, but sometimes.
Yeah, right. And the thing is, you know, I've walked by your store in the hotel in the Beverly Wilshire so many times, and I've always looked in the window and saw these amazing creations. Never knew that you had this VIP section and all the other stores that you have as well.
We have 5 stores. And
oh, you meant wiping, but that works. Sure.
And like Miami, Las Vegas, Tokyo. And you know, each store offers a very similar experience where the DNA of the brand is really like catering to celebrities, high net worth individuals, giving them the red carpet treatment, and now we kind of bring that same red carpet treatment to everyone that walks in each and every one of our stores.
Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. How big is that one?
That one is here, we'll bring it out.
Clunker.
What do you want to
That is a clunker.
That's my wife, and this one here is a 19 karat diamond.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Tube man with 50 bits. That's not beautiful. That's an incredibly ugly, gaudy ring. Jewels! Betty, I bought you jewels!
I have a bag of jewels.
I don't want jewels. I just want to suck your cock.
For you. They're jewels, Betty. They're jewels. I got them all for you.
Lord, I don't care about jewels. I just want to suck your cock.
What a truly god-awful movie. But Court, I don't care about jewels. I just want to suck your cock. Princess Amelia says, wow, it's so beautiful. It looks like a big lump of plastic. I know, right? It's terrible.
And you're looking at this one.
It's a jewelry store. This is a jewelry store for rich people.
Here, you're looking at about 1.2 million.
So, 1.2 million for a 19 carat is actually quite reasonable.
It's very reasonable.
We've shown a lot of diamonds on...
No! The word reasonable does not apply to anything going on in the vicinity of the store you are in, sir.
On the channel, and that is quite reasonable.
And over here, you have two matching 7 carats, which is incredibly difficult to find. 2 matching 7 carats.
Does it suit me?
No.
Not sure. Excuse this. Do you see this? I have them all over me. This is from I have a new puppy, and I am perforated.
It's okay if you just get a diamond ring on each finger. No one will even notice.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. So how much is this?
This one is 1 million.
So that's 14 carats of diamond.
14 carats of diamonds.
2 diamonds. That's not expensive either.
Yeah.
I mean, I say it's not expensive. Okay. Let me rephrase all of that. It's great value. It's a lot of money, but it's great value.
Great value.
Great
Let's
value.
wrap both these up for him. It seems like...
Blackwing Hecate says, I associate that movie with Lindsay Ellis because of a review of it with Kyle Calgren.
He's recognizes that this is a good deal.
And what's this in the back, the big square one?
So this one is a men's ring, men's pinky ring.
Pinky ring?
Yeah, pinky ring.
I don't think I have the strength with the shoes and this.
I know.
Wow. Now, who wears a ring like this? What's his name? The boxing promoter?
Don King.
Don King.
Yeah, he would definitely be.
Is Don King even still alive?
That's
very much his name on it, right?
And so what's the spec on this one?
This one is a 5 carat yellow center. You're looking at on this one about 250,000.
See, that doesn't sound bad. I thought this would be a lot more. When I say it doesn't sound bad, it's obnoxious to say that. In comparison to some of the things that we've shown, I think this is incredibly reasonable. If you could say reasonable at $250,000, right?
The comments are going to be lighting you up.
Yeah. Well, let me explain what I'm trying to say here. I've dug a hole for myself. Yes, it's a lot of money, but...
Profane Priestess says a reminder that diamonds are not valuable because they're rare or useful. They're manufactured rarity and soaked in blood money. De Beers says hi. I've heard the actual exclusivity and monopolistic practices of De Beers have actually gotten better in more recent years, but there are other reasons that they're still incredibly overvalued. I don't know.
If you want something like that, it's a lot less expensive than you would see them elsewhere. How did I do, Adam?
That's pretty good.
You approve of that?
I agree.
Okay. But it's true. I mean, wow. Beautiful pieces.
And then what do we have next door? Because they look really special.
So these are really, really special. Can you grab me the Lakers ring, please? Yes. So these are the championship rings that the teams commission us to make. When they win the championship and celebrate the championship, they get championship rings. We've been commissioned for the last 2 NBA championships, the last Super Bowl championship, where we make these amazing rings. I mean, these are monsters of rings, right? Look at this.
Okay, so I've seen these on TV. I never knew they were this big. I mean, you don't realize how big that is.
See,
I'm scared. Whoa!
Is that heavy?
That's a pound of gold. Which one does it go on? This one?
It depends on whatever finger it fits on.
Wow!
That looks
That's
like
as big as my hand.
That's
nearly.
a proper pinky ring.
That is unbelievable.
Amazing. So it says on it, World Champions.
And what makes this particular ring so unique, I'll show you, is that when you look at this, we wanted to be able to tell more of a story of the season. So we made it so this actually opens up, and you have all the retired jerseys of each player on the inside. You have the word Unity with the name of every player on the inside. And this kind of gives a cool, unique feature. Now,
incredible.
If you see
the engagement ring Baja got me, by the way, is amethyst. There's a couple tiny diamonds on it, but the main stone is amethyst. I like purple. Bitter Grin says that ring makes me irrationally angry. It makes me rationally angry.
the newest ring.
It's not irrational for it to make you angry.
Well, stop. I think we should do an entire video on the rings, because you are the only person licensed to make these rings, correct?
Correct, yes.
And you make them for the
NBA and NFL. And like I said, we've done stuff overseas as well.
Wow, amazing. So yeah, I think we should do a video just on the rings.
I agree, 100%.
Okay.
As much as I do want to see that thing right now, let's save it for a whole video, because
Yeah,
I really want to do this justice.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, because when you see what the other ring does, you're going to be like, whoa.
So guys, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the like. We're in it to win it. What have I missed? Follow Jason.
I was going to say, yeah, absolutely.
Anything else?
And we'll be back with some epic championship rings.
Enormous rings. Bye.
I hate that guy. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of him in the future. Alright, so that's the... We've been going for about 3 hours. So that's the end of the actual rich people bullshit. I do want to watch this guy's Blu-ray collection, though, so if you want to stick around and watch this, feel free to. We'll talk about Blu-rays in this guy's movie collection. I think that'll be fun. We'll watch the rest of this video. If you are not interested in that, that's cool. I get it. I'll see you guys later then. And I will be back tomorrow, probably for Chud Watch. We haven't done Chud Watch in a bit. See if John Doyle's up to something, maybe. Blackwing Hackety says, good night, Hannah. Have a good night. So yeah, let's go ahead and watch this Blu-ray video for anyone who is continuing to watch. Check out this guy's collection.
That's grown so much, and they do begin right here, but as you're going to see, again, they start here, then they also go across this entire back row. All
porcelain giant.
All of these, all on the back wall here. These are all Blu-rays, again, with some HD DVDs, CBHD, HDVMD, 3D Blu-rays, BDR, stuff like that, also thrown in. So, as you can see, there's an HD DVD there, and who knows where everything else.
The thing I like about movie collections, and this is gonna sound weird, isn't necessarily people's favorite movies. It's the movies people buy that they're kind of lukewarm on, but still decided to put in their collection. Like, if you see, I don't know, Johnny Mnemonic in someone's Blu-ray collection, what does that say about that person? I don't know, but it is a question.
There's some 4K there. That's right. They're also in here. 3D Blu-rays, and I would love to show you guys the other formats as well, but again, I'm not quite entirely sure where they are, but I assure you the other formats are within here somewhere. So again, they go across this entire back wall, and then they end up down this little row right here till we get down to C's. And clearly, I know my alphabet. No, we do not end in C, we end in Z. Z is where we end the Blu-rays. Okay, so moving...
Do I have a letterboxed? I do not.
Moving on now to, I guess, VHS and beta.
Should I get one?
Which I have a lot of as well. I still do buy a lot of VHS. Not so much beta, but a lot of VHS.
I thought letterboxed was just a thing where people review movies.
Because there is just so much stuff that has never been released to DVD or Blu-ray, and who knows, may never get released to DVD or Blu-ray, or it has been released through companies like Shout Factory, and I don't feel like spending $50 on a Blu-ray, so I'll just stick with the VHS. So again, I have plenty of these, and I guess we'll start off up in the rafters, because that's kind of sort of where they start. As you can maybe see up there, I've got all my clamshells, big boxes, stuff like that. All my
By the way, I'm just gonna do this. Feel free to not do this. I'm not. I'm gonna give you guys a referral code if you ever choose. I don't know if anyone's ever done the Disney Movie Club. I do. Basically, if you do it, you get offers and stuff. It's basically only something you should do if you're an actual movie collector. And even then, it's arguable about the actual... I'm trying to be clear with you about this. It's arguable whether or not it's worth it. I mostly do it because they have exclusives, which I enjoy. Like certain things on Blu-ray that they don't have elsewhere. So if anyone ever wants to do the Disney Movie Club, this is my referral code. Use my referral code if you ever choose to do it, and it'll give me stuff. But again, only if you're actually a movie collector. If you're just like a rando who buys like 1 DVD a year, or 2, or even 3, or honestly even 5, you're not going to get value out of it at all. But if you're already going to do it,
VHS and Beta, again, clamshells and big boxes, up in the rafters. They go across this row here, that row there, up into, I guess, that row. So what's that? Four rows of big boxes and clamshells and whatnot. So I have a lot of those. And the reason why they're up there is because cool. I just really don't have anywhere else to put them. They're so tall. I don't really have any shelves they fit on, so I figured I might as well put them up into the rafter shelves. It's a good place for them, I guess. Then my standard cases, my paper cases, they actually start up right there and go all the way across this center beam. Then
Rachel Algae says, oh god, I was going through that Norwegian guy's channel seeing how many spaces on the bingo card I could fill from the titles alone. Then I realized I was in an incognito mode, and now I'm anxious that my carefully curated YouTube suggestions might have become Hannah-fied. I can't take chuds directly. I need the shield of Hannah's commentary. I'm sorry.
They go across the beam again, and then finally they go onto these shelving, and they just go all the way across. So this whole entire wall here of shelving is...
Reminds me of a video store...
is all VHS with a little bit of beta thrown in. Like here's a beta tape. I don't have a ton of beta. I used to, but I got rid of a lot of it. A lot of just doubles I had. Everything I have on beta now are titles. I don't have on any other format. So lots of those, and they actually go along here as well. So this is where the VHS and the beta end, and eventually I'm sure it'll go on to here, and they'll just keep on growing and growing and growing until they meet up with the DVDs, and then who knows what I'll do. Oh, and if you're wondering how I get to the VHS in the rack...
Did I know that video killed the radio store? I assume you meant star.
Rafters?
I did know that.
Kickstole. These things are amazing. Alright, so the next formats may actually come as a bit of a surprise to you guys, because I used to have probably thousands of these, and now I just have 3 little rows.
How do I like the Disney Movie Club? I like it, but I buy a lot of movies. I can't even necessarily give it a recommendation, because you're committing, basically if you do the Disney Movie Club, you're committing at minimum to buy 5 full-priced titles from them over the course of 2 years. And if you do that, then you're good. Because when you first sign up, you get 4 movies for $1, right? And they also have exclusives, like certain movies that they'll only release on Blu-ray to the Disney Movie Club. So for me, it's worth it. I'm already spending money on Blu-rays regularly. It's like my main hobby is collecting Blu-rays and cataloging them and all that stuff. So for me, it's worth it. 99.999% of people do not do it. You will lose money. It will not be worth it for you. It's worth it for me in particular in a very specific circumstance. I'm just saying, if you're already going to sign up, use my referral code.
This is all my laser discs and CEDs, my capacitance electronic discs. So yes, anything laserdisc and anything CED, I just put together on this one shelf here, and this is it. Again, I used to have thousands of these that were on multiple shelving units, and they were...
Yeah, it's like Columbia House Records clubs back in the day, yes.
Just absolutely insane, but I got rid of most of them. Everything you see here are titles I don't have.
Yes, but you can choose, like they send you emails, like this month we're planning on sending you this. Do you want this? You can say no, but you do have a commitment of 5 movies minimum over 2 years, and there's a different movie every month. So.
on any other format. So everything here is just in my collection on these formats. That is it. And then as I get stuff on DVD or Blu-ray or whatnot, I will obviously take stuff out. But yeah, that's it. My once mighty Laserdisc and mighty CED collection has now been dwindled down to just these 3 little shelves. And honestly, I'm kind of okay with that. All right, so basically, I guess
Sidosaurus says, nothing like catching the ass end of a stream when I get home. Oh, we're looking at rich assholes? We're on a cleanse, though. We're basically done with the stream. Now we're just looking at this guy's giant movie collection.
I just have one more bit of cinematic media to show you guys because, again, I've just been combining things. It is so much easier to put formats together instead of actually trying to find
he showed the Star Wars
every single format individually. And on top of that, I'm not really collecting so much for just obscure formats as much as I used to. And what I mean is I'm not going to pick up a title I have on DVD or Blu-ray on some weird format just to say, oh, I had this on beta or something like that. I'm no longer doing that. So I can take some of those obscure formats and just put them together because my collections have been dwindled down to just a couple titles per those unusual formats. And I've taken all those unusual formats, all those odds and ends, and just stuck them on this one shelving unit right here. So again, just a bunch of weird odds and ends like VCD, video CD, PVD, personal video disc. We've got UMD, we've got some DivX because a couple titles that I can't actually watch because you can't actually watch DivX titles anymore. You need a dial-up service that no longer exists. Those are just titles I don't have on any other format, so why not keep them? We've got some DVHS, which is an actual 1080i VHS tape. You do need a special player for that, but yes, it is high definition VHS. That is a thing. We got film reels, so 8mm, Super 8, 16mm, so all kinds of stuff like that. DVD ROMs, I got a few of those. Video CDs, I guess I mentioned those, but I also have CD videos. Video CD and CD videos are 2 completely different things, believe it or not, kind of ridiculous. So again, just all sorts of weird things. I'm sure I'm missing a couple formats. Here's some VCC. That was a weird, like, German, European format that we did not get. Basically a giant cassette tape. It's kind of weird. So again, all kinds of just weird stuff over here that, like I said, I don't happen to have on any other formats. Like, for instance, a couple episodes of the Jackie Chan Adventures. I do have plenty of these episodes on DVD.
Of course, you gotta have the video now version.
But some of these episodes I only have on PVD. I don't have this IMAX, NASCAR 3D, digital press kit on anything else. What these fairy tales I don't have on anything else but films. So all kinds of just weird odds and ends. Like I said, I don't happen to have on DVD or VHS, on Blu-ray or Laserdisc or anything like that. Just happen to have them on these more obscure.
I wonder if he arranges alphabet. Did the cat fart? I feel like I heard the cat. Do you think, what was I gonna say? Oh, I wonder if he organizes these alphabetically or what?
Your formats, and I'm actually kind of okay with that because it's kind of neat to have all these just weird odds and ends. I really like this stuff. I love collecting this stuff, even though I don't really collect for it as much as I used to. So like I said, that basically does it for all my cinematic media, but there are still a few more things to show you guys, like some 16mm film reels, and also just all my large, oversized packaging, which I do put onto this one shelving unit here. So basically anything that comes in a big, gigantic box.
See, I don't like the box sets of stuff that are huge. I like things that fit on the shelf next to all my movies. I understand the big collector things. I don't personally like them.
Box that is not going to fit on my normal shelves. It goes onto these shelves, and there's everything from beta to VHS to Blu-ray to DVD. There's some Super 8 and some 8mm film reels. There's some PVDs down there, so all kinds of different formats that just come in packaging that's way too big, and I believe it even comes over, yes, onto this bottom row down here. So lots of very, very large packaging that one...
The Godzilla Criterion set being an example, yes.
Day, just like everything else.
When I bought that, I was stupid and didn't realize it was huge. I did find a place for it. It looks nice, but I don't like that it's so big. I would prefer to be able to put it on my shelf with the other Blu-rays.
Totally gonna run out of room for. And speaking of oversized packaging, I do have my one and only 35mm film print within my collection. It is the Bette Midler Woody Allen film, Scenes from a Mall, and it comes on 5 film reels. And these things are just so incredibly expensive. It's probably the only 35mm film print I ever will own. And as I just stated, there is still one more spot where I do have some other large packaged items, and that is on top of these display cabinets. I've got things that I just think are really cool and I kind of want out in the open, like my Die Hard.
See, I looked at the Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza thing where it's the replica of the Nakatomi Tower, and I'm like, that's so tacky. I like it, but where would I put it? I'm not gonna put a fucking model of the Nakatomi Tower somewhere in my house and have people be like, what the fuck is that? It's the tower from Die Hard.
Set, my Terminator 2 endoskeleton hand.
That one's not bad.
My Strain bust, my Planet of the Apes Caesar bust, and my Dexter bust. That's not to say that the things I have on those shelves back there I don't also want displayed, but I only have so much space, so I suppose these are just kind of my favorite things. So with the exception of some collectibles that I'll show you guys in a little bit, that really does do it for my cinematic.
Okay. The $300,000 movie collection.
If I want to see, so floor to ceiling.
Oh no.
If I want to see it and it's not available for streaming, it's not available on the DVD store, you can't get it from Amazon because the printing is sold out. That's why I collect movies.
If they're real friends, they'd know it was Nakatomi. True.
I probably have not watched more than 200 of those.
Oh, did he say he's only seen 200 movies? Wait.
Because the printing is sold out. That's why I collect movies. Do I watch them? About 15,000 movies. I probably have not watched more than 200 of those.
Fuck you! Okay, see, this I hate. This I hate. That other guy had tons of movies, right? But you can tell he watches them. He loves that collection, and he takes care of it. Whatever. This asshole owns 15,000 movies, and he's only seen 200 of them? Go fuck yourself. What a waste. You're wasting plastic. Go fuck yourself. Can I link that other guy's video? Sure.
Strain bust, my Planet of the Apes Caesar bust.
There you go.
If I want to see, I probably have not watched more than 200 of those. This section here is all the Blu-rays. So floor to ceiling starts with A and it goes B, C, D and goes to Z. Right here are all the...
Does he need the Hayao Miyazaki collection? He doesn't strike me as an anime guy.
Laserdisc. Originally, you need to have a Laserdisc in order to see good quality picture. Now they're unwatchable. They're a little better than VHS, but they're not good. But there are titles that I never, either they're not available in Blu-ray and I kept them, or they're not so important to want to, I'm never gonna watch them anyway on DVD or Blu-ray. So this is Blu-ray. This is the previous version. That's all the DVDs. And I have replaced a lot of them. Whenever a good movie comes out on Blu-ray, I get rid of the DVD and I put I use the Blu-ray version. I'd like to believe that it is the biggest in the world. I get upset if someone tells me I have more. I don't run into people. The only person that I know has a serious collection is Martin Scorsese. The last time I found out through friends what he had was 10, 12,000 titles. But now I have 15. Maybe he's caught up with me. Maybe he has surpassed me. But I don't know a lot of crazy people that spend that kind of money to buy. I buy them by the pound. I have my Greek movie collection. I have my Indian movie collection, my 3D movie. I love 3D. Not many people like 3D, but I love it. How do you reach the things upside? God forbid someone will ask me to see Laurence Olivier in Hamlet. I have to drag the ladder, and some of the movies came out in special editions.
Hoarding is only a psychological problem if you're poor, apparently. Yeep.
That I'm gonna show you, like, with fantastic artwork that I would never get rid of them. Even if the movie is not recorded perfectly, I come from a graphic arts background, and when I see so much attention paid on packaging, I keep it for the package.
Morak says, I have the first printing of the Miyazaki collection. It's a good box set. I like how they included his less well-known works like Lupin III and Castle of Cagliostro. Also, here's another movie collection.
So over the years...
Oh, the Red Letter Media one. Yep. We can look at that in a second.
How much do you think you've spent on your collection?
I'm embarrassed to say it because I don't want to hear this thing get upset. Anywhere but $15,000 to $20,000 a year. So let's say it's a 20-year habit. Let's say if you have 15,000 a year, how much is it? 300,000. I'm the typical nerdy collector.
Citosaurus says, he's rich and has them all in nice white shelves rather than in cardboard boxes hefted from one apartment to another and never opened. But you know that if you ever get rid of it, you'll regret it. Alright, let's check out the Red Letter Media movie collection, because theirs is bonkers as well. People send them movies all the time.
People have asked us about our movie collection and our shelves. And
I love Red Letter Media. If you haven't seen Red Letter Media, they're very funny.
How we organize things.
If you like old movies and stuff, they do reviews of old movies. Actually, Mr. Blast, I don't know if you've ever seen Red Letter Media. Here's a link to their YouTube channel. They're quite funny.
Hello,
They do reviews of movies, both old and new. They have an old movie collection, and they do a thing called Best of the Worst, where they watch their... they watch old bad movies they have VHSs of and review them. It's pretty good. They're big fans of Star Trek. They do Star Trek related stuff as well. All sorts of great stuff. So check them out.
And so we thought we'd make...
Rachology says, this dude looks so old, maybe bookmark his name for inevitable auction.
a little video about that. And the first thing, because I know people have commented about this, but if you look at our shelves right now, people say, oh, they look so empty. Are they throwing stuff away? Are they moving? Are they closing down? None of that's true. But what we're doing now that makes them look a little more barren is that they used to be, the tapes were front facing. And now to make room for more tapes, because it's never ending, we turned them to spines. So it was nice having them front facing.
Their opinions on newer stuff tends to be bad. I don't agree with them a lot of the time, but they're very funny and I respect their opinions. They tend to at least not be chuds. I will give them that. When they criticize a movie, they aren't just being chuds. They're older than me and come from a different background, so their opinions don't always align with me, but they're not Jeremy. You know what I mean?
It had that.
I don't agree with them, but I respect their viewpoint and their reviews, even if I don't always agree.
Sort of video store kind of aesthetic to it, but they also fell over very easily.
Wall was a lot closer to me than it was.
So now they're spine facing, and that has made tons of...
Do I watch Ryan Hollinger? Who's Ryan Hollinger? I think so. I'm pretty sure I've seen some of his stuff before.
Room for more.
Pyromancer says, good thing they aren't Jeremy because the tapes might get yellowed.
More garbage. The shelves themselves were built by me. Rich usually does the building and carpentry stuff, but for whatever reason, I built these. And the shelves are very basic. They're just 1x4s that we painted black. I think the very first shelf was built by Mike, maybe?
Is this the very first shelf?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you look at the first couple best of the worst episodes, there's just this one shelf.
Yeah.
And then we built this one after that. Magically, a second shelf showed up. And then that filled up very quickly. And it's just kind of been, from there, we built another shelf, then another shelf, then another shelf.
We had to keep expanding. You wouldn't believe how many tapes we get sent in the mail. Every week, I get like probably 2 bins like this.
We haven't even had a fucking P.O. box listed in over a year. Up until recently, our organization was basically just separating by genre. So we have a whole wall of sci-fi and fantasy. We have one wall for horror.
Usually the first part of science fiction, I've got like our fantasy stuff. And it's all like movies with these beautiful, I don't know, like Frank Frazetta inspired kind of barbarian fantasy covers.
So one thing that I've noticed, the longer we've been doing this, the more stuff, no matter how obscure or unknown it is to us, they just keep coming out on Blu-ray. Half of this stuff, when we first started getting them, were completely out of print and impossible to find. And like 50% of them are released by Vinegar Syndrome now. Grave Secrets on Blu-ray. And not only is this one I've never even heard of, I never even noticed it on our shelf before, but then they announced it, and I looked over and I said, oh, we have Grave Secrets.
Hobgoblins, which I don't think we're ever going to do. Because
Mystery Science Theater, you can't.
Mystery Science Theater, Mystery Science.
Behind me is the wall for action, which is what we've discovered in reorganizing things. That's what we get the most of. We have more action than I think we do of anything else.
Jungle Raiders is one that stands out just because we've had it forever. Here we have Breakaway with Tanya Harding.
I guess they tried to make her an action star.
That, you know what? I gotta hand it to that woman. She has spun a felony into a career. Not many people can get away with that shit.
So sci-fi, horror, action, and then we have another wall for kind of miscellaneous, which is mostly children's films.
Your dramas, your children's movies, your comedies.
Baby geniuses.
Anything that doesn't fit in another category. There's some animated crap on here.
One area that we don't separate genres is our DVDs. I don't know why.
I think it's actually less organized than it used to be. I think these are sorted by genre. These ones
Do they have Troll 2? Yes. I would imagine.
Did you have DVDs with the VHSs at one point?
Look at the bottom shelf. Well, we started running out of room, so we built more shelves in here. All the DVDs just got moved over, and the vision of genres just got lost.
What was I looking at on my phone?
Over here on this shelf,
email.
Smaller shelf, we've got the multi-movie packs. This is where
Two-Man says, you know, I was surprised that Mike and Jay enjoyed the new Matrix.
50 science
Did
fiction
they?
movies for
I guess I
$10.
didn't see the review.
And they're all garbage. We did find Suburban Sasquatch that way. And Len Kapuzinski.
So something we haven't done until very recently is actually cataloging all the movies.
We have all of these tapes, and we've recently found a way to organize them so we know what we have, because there's just so much shit you could never keep track of it all. So
we didn't find a way. We just finally took the time to do it.
We finally took the time to do it.
We have everything separated by genre, but it's still a lot of stuff to sift through. If we get a new tape and we're like, oh, do we already have this? I don't know. So we just shove it up on the shelf.
We have this program, CLZ Movies, and you just take your phone that's got the app installed, line it up. The camera recognizes that there's a barcode on it. And here it is, Magical Legend of Leprechauns. This movie is now screened into our database. This is our current project. Add to collection, done. I can click here. I could search for.
Well, you gotta sync it first.
I gotta sync it first? Yeah. How do I have to sync it? The fuck? Update.
Have a good night, Rachel.
Windows update. Oh my god, what's this?
Windows.
Keep the little ones safe. Check out our blog. What's going on? Okay, this shelf is our nightmare, and it's always a mess because for the wheel, I actually tried to screen tapes out just to get rid of stuff that's complete garbage.
Invariably, when Mike and Jay are looking for wheel selections for an episode, they'll just take shit and they'll move it fucking anywhere. And I never know what's been pre-screened and what's not been pre-screened. And then for a while we had Black Spine. It's just garbage. Here's some notes if you want to send us a wheel tape. Don't send well-produced exercise tapes. If you see the Jane Fonda workout or Richard Simmons sweating to the oldies, we're never gonna watch those. If you send us an exercise tape, there's actually a 90% chance I'm gonna toss it sight unseen. I'm not even gonna watch that fucker. SOS we did because it was bizarre. Send us something where the production is bizarre. Here's another secret. If you send me a tape and it's not good enough for Wheel of the Worst, usually it's like a tape where there's one funny aspect of the tape, but it's like, we're not gonna put it on the wheel if your tape is just one joke is all we can make out of it, like this one thing's funny. I'll just peel off the fucking label on the spine. That shit goes on the Black Spine shelf. I think we've actually gone through all of the good Black Spines. They're all gone. We just filmed the 100th episode of Best of the Worst, and I think the good Black Spines are actually on the shelf downstairs where we film. But when we filled those shelves, it was only half full with the good Black Spines. So we mixed in bad Black Spines. And now I no longer know which shelves have the good Black Spines and which shelves have the bad Black Spine tapes. So I'm gonna have to rescreen all of that shit.
So that's our collection. We're constantly overwhelmed with how much we have. The day may come when all these shelves are completely filled and we've run out of room. And when that day comes, I think we'll just set the building on fire.
And then over here, we've just got some blank shelves, you know, just future-proofing. Someday we could expand into this, but, you know, right now there's just nothing on this shelf.
Let's see, Mr. Blast says, at the video store, someone talked my friend into carrying these corny alien documentaries. Wow, they could not keep them in stock. They were always rented. People believe that stuff. Oh, no. Alright. It's time to raid someone. Thanks everyone for hanging out who did, just for those fun little movie things at the end. Maybe sometime I'll do a stream where I show you guys my collection and talk about movies and look at some other collections and stuff, but yeah. So let's see, who shall we raid?
Fishing up, I'll be an asshole to you while I'm on the bench, but when we're done with the batter, oh, you need to go where to eat. Here's a nice restaurant. Go eat.
Yeah, it's professionalism from
Surus is streaming.
Look at all.
Liv is streaming.
Oh fuck, dude.
You know, I think it's.
Look at my defense, dog. He's never getting out of jail.
Alright, have a good night, everyone.
Look
Is Jake even streaming? I didn't see him.
Dog. I'm never winning this case.
Either way, I already started the raid for Liv, so. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.
Like, seriously,
See you then. Bye-bye.
To know the truth about me and who I really am, that I'm not a deep state actor, that I'm, you know, not mentally.
Because, yeah, I mean, he's trying to do, and